In the ashes of nothing, Pound Town begins. No coin, no customers, just fire and ambition. From the roaring forges below to the polished storefront above, we are forging an economic empire. One sail, one sword, one perfectly pounded cup at a time. Alright, we're gonna hire Herbert. He can heat ingots 50% faster while using a furnace, and he sucks carpentry, but he's alright. But when you start off in Blacksmith Master, you have to quickly start crafting a lot of different goods. Put the ingot into the fire, then you pound on it. Oh yeah, look at him pound. This peak gameplay right here. Then you put it into a big old thing of water. And boom, you're done. And now we'll get a little bit of money from that. Perfect. Alright, we got some cash that's going to allow us to do some other grand things. We're going to focus on iron for now. I kind of skip over the carpentry stuff at the beginning of the game and get into it a little bit later when you can combine different metals and other areas. So what I'd like to do is build out a giant shop. In this one, have a giant market area where people can come in and purchase things. I didn't get to do that in my last one. So we're going to create something ginormous here. And when you're creating a new company, you need a very elegant and just respectable name. So that's why we're going to be called Pound Town. Because we pound stuff in it. We're not really a town. Honestly, I just like the way it sounds. It just sounds classy. When you think Pound Town, you think quality. You think quality shovels, quality spoons. Everything about it screams professional. So much so that Herbert is no longer Herbert. His name is Mr. Pound. We're gonna give him blonde hair. Give him a haircut. I think the unibrow needs to stay. Oh yes, and a mustache. Perfect. He's beautiful. Mr. Pound. The glorious Mr. Pound. Mr. Pound looks like he's seen better days. But the better days are coming, Mr. Pound. Alright, complete. And let's pick knives. Now that he has a job he can do, we're going to get to it. I'm actually going to cancel out the wood ones. So the tutorial wants you to get a carpenter's bench and all that lame stuff. We're going to skip right past that. We're going to go straight into building tomahawks and tankards. Yeah. Get in there. All right. Cool. So we got a lot to do. We need to continue to hire people, and we need to continue to expand. We've unlocked carpentry, and we've unlocked the ability to hire staff. Now, what's important to me is someone with great blacksmithing skill and something to come along with it. These guys suck. We're going to roll one time. Nice. So we don't really care about research for these gents. We're going to have specialized individuals for that. So anyone who can do anything kind of cool. Taking 20% less time to process an ingot on an anvil is pretty neat. We're going to hire Lady. And Lady will be called Miss Pound. And we're going to make her a redhead. Give her a cool new setup. Better hair. Eyebrows are great. Perfect. Mrs. Pound. Mr. and Mrs. Pound of the prestigious Pound Town store. And then here we go to the next day. All right, we're going to get ourselves 2 hammers. You only really need about 1 water per... I'm finding 3 anvils on average. We would really like to get another furnace, though. And we're going to make this place a lot prettier here in a little bit. By a little bit, I mean right now, because this place is atrocious. Okay, we'll have to wait till they sleep. All right, we'll put that one right there. We're going to make it all pretty here momentarily. Let's speed this up. Let's get some stuff built. Let's make some money. Yes. Now they can pound back to back. Money, money. All right, we're making good chunks of change now. Continue to just pick anything that can be made from iron. We need to make sure that this stays full, so sometimes you want to fill it up just preemptively. Find you can sometimes get ahead of yourself and get through all your iron and spend all your money. Look at them go. It's diligence. All right, a little bit more cash right there. Perfection. 1 more cup, and we've got a big wad of cash. We can hire ourselves another blacksmith. We're just going to keep expanding. Perfection. 460. All right, we were able to get a bunch of clubs. 760. We're going to refresh for 200 and stick to iron parts. Actually going to just straight up put this in the stash or sell it. I think I'm just going to sell it. I want the money. What I want to do is organize and build everything out to where we're going to have everything in the main end game. We're going to have a nice little staircase down the middle to the lower floor, and then one to the upper floor where the marketplace is going to be. All right, we made 66. That's not bad. We spent quite a bit. So let's do a little bit of decoration. What I would like to actually do is build the entire store out, just so I'm not having to redo and do this stuff over and over. So let's go and unlock construction. Perfection. And we're going to buy all the walls. We're going to get this whole area into our domain. Delete these walls. We get a little bit of money back. Not bad. Get the flooring in here. Beautiful. Get multiple benches for the staff. There we go. And back here is going to be a staircase, and over here is going to be a staircase, and it's all going to be beautiful. We're going to have all types of cool chests. For the time being, we're going to keep things simple. Eventually, we're going to have to reorganize a lot of this stuff, but for now, we're just going to keep it like such. And we're going to keep the cooling devices by the edge of the door because they have to walk out this way. Once we get the next class of servants, we can have them actually do all the work. Be careful because there are things like these little lanterns that can get in the way. There we go. This will just be a tad bit more efficient. I do not have enough money. That is okay. And let's start that next day. So this is a much more beautiful setup. We're going to hire a lot more blacksmiths and we're going to get to it. Yes. Downtown time. Here we are. Be very efficient. So now we can go straight from here to here. I think hiring the next blacksmith, it won't take too much time on this. So I think the pounders are the big thing that we need. Here's a big chunk change for us. Get some axes. Okay, let's look at who we can hire now. Again, we're looking for people who do not have negatives in the area that we're trying to produce. So all about iron. Very, very expensive, as you can see. So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. And if we can fulfill enough 20 contracts, we can get ourselves a souped up elite worker. All right, look at that. 11 cups, 730. That's enough for us to start getting into hiring. I guess we could go for the new wall paint, but we'll not really get a good return on that. But let's see what we can get now with hiring. One more refresh. Okay, we're gonna go. Ugh, he sucks. XP gain, not good with wood. Has good. Yeah, we're gonna hire him just because we have to. I prefer to take my time hiring people eventually, and we can always lay people off, but we do need to speed up production. As you can see, we're doing really well with this setup right now. Got ourselves some new research. So we can get discounted wood, which gets us discounted ingots. We should do that. We should also buy more ingots. Getting a little broke. Let's turn on these axes. Perfect. Tankards next. I put all my money into buying ore. I always get ahead of myself and end up spending all my money. Alright, just a little bit of money loss on day 2. Not bad. Going into day 3 now. And let's off to the races. This is a beautiful setup. Having him, you know, heat things up faster really works out. A little bit of a lag when they're going for that, but I think it kind of all connects after the second crafting where they're all kind of in a good pacing. There we go. Yeah. Get some money. There we go. We got some money right there. Tad bit. Nice. We got access to a new area. Let's see if we can hire some more blacksmiths. We just want to keep ramping up. So they're about 600 a pie. That's not very good for us. Do one reroll. I like this guy. He can't walk too fast, but he can heat. This gen right here is actually pretty sweet. We're going to probably go with this guy right here, though, because he's got 2 blacksmith already. We'll just need him to catch up here. We got quite a bit of stuff to build, and as you progress through the game, the orders become more lucrative to the extent that you're getting more money, but they also take longer because they want more stuff. So you got to be careful. Eventually, we'll be able to craft our own ingots in the mine. You can see over here in the warehouse, we'll eventually be able to store all types of wood and ore, including silver and gold, making very intricate styles and lots of cool new things. Pound. Well, we didn't give the third person a new name. Call him Pound Jr. Their adopted son. All right, we got some cash. And as long as we can continue to hire more and more people, we're going to be on the up and up, and we're going to be able to expand a little bit faster than if you just kind of slow boat. So we'll hire the Gimp with the good heat speed. It's 6, very decent. We got a little bit more cash left, but not too much. Do one more reroll. Nah, we can't afford any of them. They all aren't that great anyway. Cool. All right, Pound Junior the second. There we go. Now there's 4 of them. They're all having to share a little bit, but they're doing a good job of it. We need to order more ingots. Let's just fill out ingots till we have a little bit of a negative. Okay, we lost a little bit of cash. Not too bad, not too bad. We did make some money right there, 1,500. That's gonna be great. We're gonna hire ourselves another blacksmith tomorrow. Start the next day. Let's see who we have, because we get a whole new grouping of people. Refresh. Ooh, I like this gent. One more refresh. Ugh. One more refresh. Okay, this guy's great. 3 in blacksmith and factory ingots. Alright. We already have too many pounds. I'm just gonna call this guy Kyle. Just Kyle. Nothing special about him. Alright, we're getting a little bit of a line on that water bucket. Let's get one more. There we go. Feed this bad boy up. There we go. Gotta find the inefficiency and go with it. Alright. Choose 2 more. Nice knives and bludgeons. Got a bit of cash. Let's fill up our reserves of iron ingots. Yeah, everything seems to be running pretty well. I don't see too many people waiting on anybody. And it does look like we got ourselves a new level. 2 ranks in. Look how much that decreases the time it takes iron ingots. It's beautiful. Confirm that. And we're almost at 20 over here, so we'll be able to hire a cool guy. We're going to hold off now on hiring anybody until we can get the cool dude. We're going to get ourselves another furnace up now. And I think we're going to place it right here. Right here. And this is all good over here, so we'll leave it alone. And we're about to reorganize some of this stuff because it's getting a little tricky. I'd like to get the water pools next to the door a little bit more, and we're going to be expanding in a lot of different directions. Okay, discounted ingots. Hiring more skilled workers, very, very important. Blueprint upgrades. Okay, so now we can start doing researching and getting new blueprints. Okay, that's a big payday right there, 2 grand, and we're gonna need it because we just unlocked the ability to do blueprints, so we want to get someone on blueprints here sooner rather than later. And we'll put him in the corner over here. That's where all the nerds go. Okay, and we'll get ourselves an anvil, and we'll rearrange all this once they go to bed. For that, we got ourselves another level, Miss Pound. Nice. Now 5.9 seconds. The blacksmith to shape an ingot on the anvil. And we can get a few other things. Looks like just the one. Nice. Big chunk of change right there. Okay. I think this is a better setup. We do need to make sure that they can actually like move around. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here and there. Let's start the next day. And let's also see what we can get now. It should be a start of a new day. I should have a bunch of new things I can build. All right, we're going for the money. 3 more and we can have the nice gent. I think we're actually going to just continue to hire. I want to ramp up things really quickly here. Alright, this gent's not too bad. He costs a little bit more, but that's alright. We need to eventually get someone for designing, but I haven't found the right guy for that. We'll keep our eyes open. And yeah, we need to get some money in here. And everybody else is just going to have the name they join us with. No one's good enough to be Pound Jr. or Pound Jr. the second. Mr. and Mrs. Pound. Everybody else is just a weird name. Okay, look at that. Big old wad of cash. 1,500. Alright, getting everyone back to work now. Okay, look at that. We just sold a bunch of tinkers. 2 grand. Alright, we're going to wait for tomorrow for the new refresh. And we got ourselves a new unlock. Assistance. Ooh, transport items. That's a big one for us. That is a big one. If I can get the assistants to move everything, it's going to really increase our productivity. And I think we're going to buy another ingot storage just to kind of speed up everyone in the morning. It's kind of pissing me off how long it's taken for them to get to work. Okay. start the next day. We still have room for 6 more individuals. So now we kind of have to look at... I like to start every morning looking to see if we got a good one. And, you know, typically you do or don't. So we can go to our assistants, see what we can get. Crafting and restocking raw resources. Those are later in the game. Right now we can transfer items and transfer ingots. All we can do right now is transfer items. So we're going to get 1 assistance with the biggest bag. Ooh, this is the person right here. We just need 150 to do that. Okay, we can turn in these knives. Do some big money plays right now. We're going to hire 2 assistants just to get the ball rolling. We can hire ourselves an elite worker next. But we need a little bit of cash, I think. And we need 300 to do with the item chest. So we're going to do an item chest, and that's going to revolutionize everything. There's our big wad of cash. Okay, item chest now. So we need them to be able to walk through and set the items down. We're going to do that right here. We're going to want 2 chests. Sometimes they can get bottlenecked there. All right, we have a couple individuals who have leveled. We're going to keep increasing their blacksmithing. And the assistants are going to start transferring the items for us now. It actually allows me to even move the water. So we're going to have the water right next to the chest. And let's see, who's our dude? Refreshing potential workers cost 300 instead. This is a really good one. Merchants give 5% more money as a reward. I like that. Every worker ends 10% more experience. They were going to hire this person because we needed someone for science, right? So we're going to hire them. Go to blacksmith, and we're going to put them into design. Now we can get some design points. So new blueprints, and we can get the longbow. We should just get these things unlocked just for... get them out of the way. And we can also upgrade these items to increase their value. So that's really cool. There we go. There's a big chunk of change right there. Okay, we're back in business now. And let's see what research we got. 4 candidates when hiring. Decrease restock price. That's probably the best thing we can do right now. All right, a little bit of profit finally. We're on the up and up. And now we can start getting this better. Okay. Essentially, what I'm going to do is this. Walk in between, and on the other side, we're going to have something pretty darn similar. We're probably going to do this in a square here eventually, so I'm going to have to completely reorganize it, and we're going to have a staircase in the middle going down into a place we're going to be producing ingots in. We're ready for the next day. This is beautiful. This is a really decent setup. Things are running really well for us now. So what I'm looking for are bottlenecks. I'm looking for where people are waiting. It's mostly when they're picking up the resources. Yeah, this is great. Everything's moving along really well. And we're able to move everything using our assistants. So now there's less... You don't want your blacksmiths moving goods. You want to get them focused on producing as fast as possible, like I said, or else you're going to have money problems. You can't have money problems in Pound Town. Alright. Big wad of cash right there. That's what we need. It's time to get a little bit more blacksmiths. We're just going to keep adding on, and they're going to get more and more expensive. This guy is almost good. Okay, this is a good one right here. We're going to hire him. More of these guys we get, the faster we accelerate our production. Everybody's doing a fantastic job now. Got a good thing going here. Okay, one more tomahawk. Perfect. We got some cash. See what else we can build here. Knives for 3 grand worth. Not bad. We'll just keep unlocking. We're going to need to get the next tier of items here. We may actually need to get another researcher to speed this up. This could be what holds us back the most. So let's get some smarty guys over there in the corner. Look at our blacksmith. So this is a decent one. Earns points 20% faster. A lot to work with here, but let's just get it going, right? Come on, design. Okay. Cups completed. Perfect. Fill these things up to the brim. Make sure we're ready for a big day. Let's get this started. Day 9. Got some blueprint points. Okay. We don't want to upgrade any of this stuff. We want to upgrade our tinkered and kitchen knives. We got 2 people giving us points now, so that's really good. We got 2 people who level up in blacksmithing. As we progress, we're going to get better and better at what we're doing here, and these guys are going to start printing money for us. Okay, we lost $1 grand. Complete. Boom, boom, cash. Got a couple. Ooh, don't like that one at all. We'll do the knives. We need to unlock the butcher knife. So let's work on unlocking butcher knife. Go to blueprints, new blueprint. And we just need a little bit more ingots. We ran out of money once more. Okay, we've got it. We need to convert a little bit more merchant offers first before we can get it. Okay. A lot that's not available. But what we can do is start leveling these gents so that we can get more tech points. But we're going to do the knife, and we'll cancel this. Alright, next day. Spice this up a bit, get these guys full up. Alright, off to the races. Very nice. They all wait in line for each other. Okay, we can get one more cart, not bad. Let's see what they're offering us today. Complete. Refresh it. And yeah, we're just going to stick with things we can build. We're getting kind of in a pickle here, but we should get to it. Alright, we can finally unlock the butcher knife. Perfect. Okay, perfect. A little bit of cash coming in. I think we got some people who finally leveled up. This is looking pretty darn good for us. Looks like the bottleneck right now is actually the chest. Okay, we can upgrade the tomahawk. We're going to do so. We need to get everything upgraded so that we can get the proper tech points. You can see these blues here, uncommon. We have to get uncommon quality points. And we can use uncommon quality points to purchase things under it, but not vice versa. Alright, we got someone who leveled up in design. Extra 20 design points per day. That's going to help out a lot. Big wad of cash right there. Perfect. Let's see if we can hire any more blacksmiths, huh? That's not a bad one. We'll hire them. More of these guys we can get now, the better. And let's get some more benches. A couple more benches in the back. Perfection. It looks like they might add some more to this game at some point. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Selling items via customer racks. Nice. More merchants to choose from. That's far more important to me right now. Mr. Pound leveled up. Perfect. Let's get him maxed out in metalworking. We're ready to start the next day, but let's see. I'm trying to think what I could do here to make this a little bit better. We're gonna get 2 more chests up and 1 more pounder. We'll see if that helps in any way whatsoever. We're also gonna get 1 more ingot storage. Put something there. Let's see if that speeds this up just a tad bit. And they're off to the races. Okay, yeah, it helps a little bit in the morning. Well, as there's more of them too, I mean, they're going to be walking back and forth. You kind of need like 3 to 4 of those bad boys going. Eventually, we'll be using different materials, and that will kind of help alleviate those logistic hurdles. But I think this is doing just fine here. Not seeing too many. Well, they're still lining up here because it's the closest one. All right, we got a big chunk of cash here. Do knives. I'll do cups. One of our assistants leveled up, so we're going to increase how many items he can carry for sure. Can't carry too many. Going from 2 to 4 is going to be a big help. You can kind of tell if you're needing more assistance based on how many items are starting to accrue. All right, we're going to get 2 more forges up over here. And we're going to move this gent over here. And we're going to move this over here. And I'm going to start getting another rows. Eventually, I'm going to put these guys in the center. It's going to be different once I get the staircases up. All right, Mrs. Pound got a level. Perfect. It does look like we need another assistant because they're not keeping up with everything. But it looks like Mary's about to level, so that might help. All right, complete that. Another 2 grand. We're going to up the iron goblet this time. Nice. Got a designer that leveled up. It's always good to get more points. 36 per day. And finally, Mary is up. We're going to switch her up to 6 items. Probably could have got her speed up, but I feel like being able to carry more items is going to help us out a little bit more right now. And we got a big chunk of cash, so let's hire 1 more assistant. All right, speed. This is actually a pretty good candidate right here. Fast with a good carry speed, because when they level up, they're going to be awesome. Even though they have a penalty to experience, it's fine. All right, we got ourselves a new blueprint. Let's go for the metal scoop. All right, we actually made some good money today. Got ourselves another level. Perfect. All right, let's get this next day going. We got a good group of folk here now. Got extra help to move items. I think we're going to be speeding along now. Here we go. We got all the cups in. 57 out of 57. Boom. Oh, yeah, we want that chest. We want that chest. Pound Jr. just leveled up. Let's get him into metalworking even more. Okay, enables the selling of items. We're gonna hold off on the customer racks until we can go to the second story. The second story up is gonna just be one giant area for selling goods. Get some knives here going now. Do the clubbies. What we want to get into is the second floor, and that's gonna require rare quality research. We're getting really close, but we need to get in there a little bit faster. And I think what's actually holding us back is research. So typically when I'm in a situation like this, I go crazy. We're gonna double our research capacity. Come over here and see who we can hire. So we want people with good research points. He's not bad, 20%. A good one right there. And we got that guy who only caps us at 300 instead of 400, so that is saving us quite a bit of money. Alright, here's another research gent. We're gonna just hire them. We just honestly need to get it going, right? He'll level up eventually and be a little bit better. It's all about the future for us. Okay, big wad of cash right... No cash. We got a belly worth of 2 grand, though. Alright, scoops it is. We're gonna upgrade the Tinkards. This will be great. Got ourselves a good little sciencey thing going on here. Okay, there's a big chunk of change there, too. I'm getting ready for, like, try to organize some of this stuff, so trying to think if I want to go a little bit bigger for now. So if we want, we could, you know, get the basic infrastructure, but I would really like to get the full picture here soon for how this is going to look. So yeah, so now we can go, once I get a little bit more cash, we'll hire some more blacksmiths. Nice, we can do smelting of ingots now, so we can get the bottom floor. We really need to get basements unlocked. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're running out of money again. The whore. Alright, we sold 3,800 worth of shovels. Oh, look at that. Our first upgrade to rare. This is an important step for us. We need to get them rare points. We need to make sure that we're investing our money back into our enterprise. I want to do this right, though. I hate building out just a little bit. I know you can highlight and move everything up and down. Go into build mode, you can highlight everything. And we need to have floors enabled, but you can actually move everything up and down one floor. It's really cool. Alright, we'll do cups. We need to hire ourselves another blacksmith. You're hired. Hired. We're just trying to get as many of them in as possible to keep this train going as quick as possible. Next day. Nice. Metal scoop can be upgraded. Alright, we're off to the races once more. Okay, Kyle has gotten a level. We're going to get him up. I'm going to upgrade these longbows and stuff because I'm tired of them popping up. Alright, got a big chunk of change right there. Ooh, big chest. High chance. High chance of valuable loot. Very cool. Okay, we're getting a little bit of bottleneck with the water now that we have so many gents. So let's get one more thing of water. We can speed that up a little bit. Usually I used to like to wait for like the best of the best, but I've actually found it if you just start scaling up really quick, you don't entirely notice all that negative stuff. 1% less customers. We need someone who kind of knows what they're doing. Yeah, we're broke. This is not a bad guy right here. Pristine. Not a guy either. They just want more money, so that's good. Occasionally you'll get a chance to hire a worker with 2 positive traits. That's a good one. Alright, cool. So we're at that point now where we can hire better workers. This is when you start rolling and rolling over and over again to get those perfect workers. So let's get Audrey up to a higher tier. Very good. Pound Jr., you're making me proud. Level him up as well. Okay, got a big chunk of change right there. Nice. Tinkards at 3 grand. Alright, we got someone in design points going up. Wow, from 50 to 100. That's a lot. It's crazy when you start getting them into the higher tiers of that. They just start really producing for you. Design points 178 per day. All of that attributed to one person. Kind of why you want to get them started. You know, like the guy that was getting like 15 or 2. You know, he's not very good right now. You know, but eventually, it's gonna matter. Get 2 more design tables up. I say we get more people researching. All right, next day. All right, we got some. Let's see what's in the chest. What do we get? 7,700. Woo! Okay, that was pretty good chunk of change right there. We don't want that. Let's see. What do we want? Cups. Cups. All right. And we'll do tomahawks. Very good. We got ourselves the magnificent, perfect man. So this is a blacksmith. Refreshing is 300 to have that. 10% faster for all work. I like this one. 10% more customers. Cool. This is a max character, which means that they can go into tech points, but the wage is 650. I like the 10% speed boost for all workers, for myself right now. I think that's going to help out a lot. Let's level up these gents. Got some low levels that are finally going to become useful. Bludgeon up now. Let's see, what new blueprints can we get? Can we get the ladle? Need a little bit more. Ooh, new research. Oak forest, so we can get trees for free. Like I said, I kind of skipped the oak stuff until later. Eventually you can combine wood and metal to make some really good different tiered valuable items. But we're just going to focus on this for now. Now we could get a couple people doing carpentry and get one little carpenter bench just to get them into the levels. It's not a bad idea, but it's also not always necessary. Alright, what's this gent doing? He is a designer. Okay. Yeah, let's increase his design points. He's now at 36 per day. Alright, butcher's up. Yeah, see how fast we're producing, though? We're making really a lot of money. Pretty impressive. And we're running out of ore. Always. Nice. Another person with design just leveled up. That's huge. Got an assistant that just leveled up. I'm going to increase their speed. Walking speed. And let's go back to blacksmiths and see if we can find ourselves some really good designers. We need to look for everybody, though. We have 10 grand, so we're going to kind of spend a big wad of cash. We're looking for the blues. We're only looking for the best now. Bjorn. Heatsink gets 50% faster. Demands lower wages. You are hired, sir. Okay, come on. Oh, Nicholas. Another good one. He's 51. Do we have the money? Alright, we didn't find other people, but we did find Nicholas, and we have just enough to buy Nicholas. Oh, that is a beautiful thing right there. That is a lot of good people. Alright, let's start the next day. We're gonna need more benches. We're gonna need more money. Okay, let's let him get to it. Looking for bottlenecks, it's a little hard. There's a lot of these gents walking around. Doesn't look like they're all using the fire at the same time. Looks like they're all able to share pretty efficiently. Yeah, this is fantastic. Let's see what else we got. Alright, let's look for the big money. 5,900 for some knives, not bad. Looks like we can get ourselves a new blueprint, almost. The ladle, the grill fork. Alright, yeah, we're getting it done. Alright, boom, boom, big money. Big money. Get some of these fancy... Yeah, we need that shrub. I don't know why, but we need it. We got some new research. Iron mines. Okay. This is actually a big deal. Puts us on track for second floors. Perfect. We need to get a little bit more upgrades, so let's go and use that money. Get some more points. I think we're going to just start hiring anybody with a pulse, to be honest. We just need to get the tech points going. I like this gent right here. 20% faster. In the long run, he's going to pay off. We're going to hold off and get some cash. We're going to hire him. One day. One day when I can pay all my bills. Okay, cool. We can go to the next tier. We're going to go into tomahawks. Start of the next day. Everybody get to work. Okay, money all around. We're just going to take the good stuff, and we'll get a whole new pull of things tomorrow. We do actually want to get the dark blue points, though. Start getting more of our stuff up. Rare quality. And let's see, what do we got? We're so close to the second floor. Oh, wow. Yeah, everybody up here got a level. That's pretty good. So Mr. Pound, Mrs. Pound, all of them getting up to the highest tier. Now they can smelt things so freaking fast, it's ridiculous. And some of our assistants leveled up. Alright, so she can do 6 items. Let's increase her movement speed. Oh, she has walk slower? Oh, that's a bad one. Alright, we'll keep her anyway. Someone's got to hire her. Let's see, can we now hire the gent with the magic blacksmithing? Yes. 20% faster points. We're going to throw him over here. Okay. We have a big wad of cash. We do need to start getting the miner up. So we can start getting this going. We have our mine over here. And the mine is pretty straightforward. You just hire miners. You don't have to really overthink it. You build it up as you go. But we got 7,900. We should try to get people with double stats here. So pickaxe damage is my favorite. Rest faster. This is a good dude. Pickaxe all the way. We're only going to hire good dudes since they're kind of expensive. More stamina with the pickaxe. Really good. I don't like this gent. We only want to get people with extra pickaxe damage. Okay, we're going to have to hold off for now. We're going to start our next day. And we need to make sure I save some money because we got to refill all of our iron. And let's get our new carts going. Okay, yep. Blue cup. Get the next points. That's going to be the staircase right there. Get the knife. Perfect. Anything with blues we're going to take. Money is money, right? Alright, we got a little bit of cash, but we've run out of ore. Happens occasionally. Let's just fill up the coffers. We're going to get heavy into producing our own ore here soon. I'm just trying to get all the proper technologies to make this easier. We got 50. Fewer merchants offers need to be completed to get an elite worker. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Let's do it, in fact. Because these elite workers are so powerful. Now we only need 17 instead of 20. We got a few levels. Nice. All right, she's going to bump up to 4 items. That's going to help us out a lot. And let's see. Yes, we can get the iron goblet up. The more of these guys we can get up, the better. Okay, look at that. We're going to have a bunch of points here now. We're getting +1 point per thing we craft for that. So we're going to have the staircase in no time. 6 gents over here researching. Alright, that's a big one right there. 4,300. Pretty fresh. And only go for the blues. Big blues. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Got someone else to level over here in the blacksmith section. Perfection. We're getting real close to being able to finally get everything structured. Back to work, everybody. It's another glorious day in Pound Town. Check out our mine, since we have 0 cash. But yeah, they're doing a good job. They're bringing up ore. Eventually, I'll be using a lot of this. And we're going to have more than what we have down here. It's going to become a pretty vital part of everything. Nice, second floor. So basements is way down the line. Alright, so that sucks. I guess we could put the store in the basement. I prefer to get the Iron Empire going first. Having a basement store is honestly really funny. Alright, get the money. There's the second floor. So yeah, we will get the basement. We'll get the basement before we get the third floor. But we need the purples to get to the basement. Nice, what do we get? 2,300, not very good. Cups. Let's see. What are we going to get first? To epic. All right. Epic points aren't too hard to get. I think we're going to be at the basement before we know it. We're going to shoot for the basement now. We got a lot of people researching. What we're trying to do is just unlock everything so that we can build this all in one go to be very efficient. So you can see using R and F, I can move things up and down. So we could just get something operational. Because we do want to start utilizing this ore over here. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to have to get things operational and move it. Because we're missing out on a lot of good stuff right now. So we first and foremost need to get a freaking door over here. We also need to get far more benches than what we currently have. So let's get bench time. And then over here, we're going to come down and start getting some smelters. And we're going to get 4 smelters going. Get a few crates, and then we'll have someone transport ore into here. It'll be a little inefficient at first, but we're not going to craft for racks quite yet. So raw resource, restock raw, and craft ingots. So what we need are assistants. And then we can start transferring ingots. We will need a point that they can move things from over here. We got ourselves an upgraded blacksmith. Yeah, more points. All right, let's see how much money we have. It would be really nice to start getting this all operational because it will help us reduce our costs. So, I mean, we're getting all this pretty much for free and we can get it pretty cheap. So we need to hire a bunch of assistants right now. And we're going to hire, I think, anybody with a pulse. You're hired. You're hired. You're hired. And that's all she wrote. So restock iron ore. You're going to craft ingots. And if you want them to craft something else, you have to come in here and tell them. But right now they're just going to craft iron ingots. And then transferring ingots will be done at a later point when we have more money. Let's restart the day and get this going. Beautiful day. Get to work. Beautiful. And then eventually what I'm going to do is have these 2 guys start restocking automatically these areas. They're already doing a good job. They're just taking it and going to work, I guess. Kind of weird because it was the closest thing after they dropped it off. Alright, let's upgrade the knife. Check this out. Yep, I like it. More skilled worker hiring. Got ourselves someone with a level in the blacksmith section. Ooh, we got 2 people who've leveled. Very, very good. These are good levels for us. They're minor improvements, but they all add up. And he's going to come and restock the ore we're getting from the mines. So that's how you get your ingots without paying for them eventually. And those operations are going to improve dramatically. Boom. There we go. Okay, nice. More design points. All the way up to 200 for this gent. Now a master. And we got Nicholas finally. Yeah, Nicholas is hurting. Actually, Nicholas should be... Eats ingots. Okay, yeah, Nicholas has a bright future in ingot smashing. Alright, we need to hire more assistants. This individual, I think, is going to start transferring from this spot to this spot. Go from here to here. Move those ingots. That way we always have something over here that's full up. Need to continue making as much money as possible. We are doing very well. Keeping the iron coming in. We're getting through the ore. Need to go down the mine and probably hire another individual. So let's take a peek at our miners and see what we can do down here. Got a big chunk of change. Go for the big shot. There he is. Boom. Okay. So we got 3, and we're going to get things like this pickaxe rack decreases health points each rack. We want that. We want that right now. That's going to help all these guys do a little bit better. Got a new tech. What did we unlock? 500 coins cheaper to hire workers. That's really good for us. Perfect. Okay. So we got our mine going. Somewhat operational. We need to add more miners. We need to really ramp that up. Okay, the assistant is good. We're going to increase the amount of items he can carry. Blacksmith, nice. We can max out his blacksmith one more level from now. Very good. Everyone is slightly happy, I hope. And we are broke. Okay, start of the next day. Back to work, everybody. Cool, look at that, another blueprint. So let's go with the butcher knife to epic. We need to get a bunch of epic items so we can get the basement. I'm gonna get rid of this one so they're all putting it to the one that's being moved. I think it'll just be faster for us. And we need more assistants at like pretty much every single stage here. And we need a lot of cash to hire them. There we go, 6,800. All right, Mark, you're up. And Mark is gonna craft. He's gonna be a crafter. We need to get 3 people crafting these beautiful ingots. And it looks like we're able to move everything, so I think we're in good shape there. Got a blacksmith that is able to level. There we go. Let's get him up. And nice, we got a designer. More design points. That's a lot of design points we're getting now. Bludgeon up. Nice, another designer getting up. This is where it starts to really pick up. And I'm glad that we went kind of ham on designers. It's pretty expensive, you know, because each one's costing more and more money, especially for blacksmiths. But I think in the long run, it's going to do great. Here we go, purples. We want to do as many of these purples as possible to get those purple points. And we have ourselves a beautiful, beautiful worker. Potential workers 300, 10% more customers, max level. All assistants walk at the same speed while carrying as they do empty-handed. Oh, that's a good one. Let's get that person. Okay. And that was, it looks like, yep, that was a blacksmith. Perfect. All right, we'll let her get back to work. Level up the other blacksmiths. Some of these guys we hired, you know, weren't always the best when they started. But they're getting there. And we're running out of ores, so we'll have to figure out what's going on in the mine. But as long as we keep these ingots being crafted, it's going to help us out. We're kind of running out all over, though, so I'm going to have to fill her up. Sometimes it's good to just fill everything up possible so that you don't screw up and forget again. Okay, we're going to refresh. Like I said, we're going to stick to the purples so we can get the basement. All right. Pound Junior, you're making me proud. Leveling up. 8 grand was made today. Look at our assistants. Craft ingots. I've noticed that speed, kind of like when you're crafting ingots, it doesn't matter how much you can carry. Speed seems to be the most important thing. Start that next day. Let's get it on. Nice. Yeah, we're getting a good amount of iron out of that mine. Go back to the mine because I think that this is going to be an area where a lot of improvement can be made. And we're going to get ourselves up another sleeping area so that we can get 3 more gents in here. Let's go in and hire 3 more miners. He's not the best. And he's not the best, but he's got the pickaxe. I'm just going to hire people. We can always fire individuals. So from my point of perspective, let's just get them in here making us some sweet, sweet iron ore. Here we go. We got a team. Let's get it going. All right, Leonard. Get him up to 48 per day. Nice. The restocker. Let's put them on some speed. They're restocking the ore, but they're very, very slow. So they can carry 4 at a time, which is kind of good. We might need another restocker at some point. All right, craft ingots. Let's get that speed up. Make you move faster. We've got another blacksmith that just leveled up. And you can auto level up, but I just like to control it. Highest skill first. Once it becomes the highest skill, you can say do that. But I don't want to level them up in carpentry or design points because then they cost more. I want them to hit peak and then I want them to stop leveling. That's why I control it. If you're wondering. Ooh, look at that. Epic quality points. Let's do that. Design. Alright, let's get them designer points. Ooh, we got some big boy stuff now. Let's get the bludgeons up. Hiring more skilled workers. Cool. Alright, we're getting close to the basement. It's going to take a bit, though. We got quite a bit to get through. We need 500 for advanced metalworking. 1 more merchant offer. Unlocks nicer shop racks. We'll get more skilled worker hiring. Oh, my bad. That was wood. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, I put a bunch of money into everything else. 9 grand. Okay, we're making sweet cash now. I think it's time to hire more blacksmiths. I feel like we just need to keep cranking out that efficiency and speed. Jacob, you are hired. Jacob was a winner from the start. Hamilton, you are also hired. Perfection. Okay, we got 2 individuals there, and it's ready for the next day. Do it. Get the iron goblets to epic. All right, he's not able to keep up with the ore, the assistant, so we're gonna need another person help him with that. Eventually, I'm gonna have a whole basement full of these gents. And once we get them in the basement, once we get the midsection up, then we're gonna move into building out the giant storefront up top. And we are gonna make some serious cash. All right, yeah, they're doing a good job down here. Okay, nicer shop racks. We're just gonna go down the line and just get everything. Oh, it does look like we're having a bottleneck with the buckets now. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's just moving left or right up there. Boom, money. 7 grand. Okay, yeah, let's go for them gobs. And it's time to get more buckets. Get one more bucket and see if that helps. Yeah, that seemed to do it. That seemed to do it for us. We're gonna get this a lot more efficient once I can get the staircases in. All right, metal scoop, let's up it. All right, the gent transferring ingots. Honestly, I feel like amount of items he can move is gonna be more efficient for him. And we got a big wad of cash, perfect. Continue to get these purple points. Nice, the assistant's leveled up. We're gonna put him up to 8 items. Look at that, 10,000 mid-bank. We got a few people to level up too in the miners. Nice. So I tend to go with increasing how much hit damage they do. Makes them a little bit faster. Stamina has a lot to do with this too though, so miners are a little bit fun to level up for that reason. Alright, next day, let's do this. Alright, a little bit of a loss there, but that's okay. We have all these things to cash in here. Complete. And we'll go for the good stuff. Tomorrow we'll get a whole new bag, so hold off on that. So we got 28 grand now. We have a few people who can be leveled. Let's get their hit speeds or hit damage up. Restocking resources. Let's put them at 6 items now. We're probably going to need another person restocking. Gonna just increase item capacity for these gents too. Crafting ingots though, like I said, we go speed there. Because how much they carry doesn't matter. They can only carry 1 at a time because the way they craft things. And so let's get some more assistant. Ooh, look at that. That's a no-brainer there. We're going for the blues now since we have the cash. All right. Dang. All right. This person can do a lot. I'm going to have them help to restock. And this gent is going to be... let's have him sit with transferring, because I think we're going to start ramping up. You can see that we're not able to keep up with everything, so they need help. Get that tomahawk up. Let's get that anchored up. Perfect. Got new blueprints now. Let's go for the grill fork. Beautiful. And let's level it as much as we possibly can. Perfect. Let's look at our tech. Copper mine. We can start getting copper. Let's get... 1 more merchant offer slot, though. That's a good one. Get these guys going. Let's do a little bit over here. You know, spread the wealth out. Looks like we need to hire a few more gents. We got 6 in the iron. Oh, we could hire another assistant. Why not? Yona. Ooh, that is a lot of items. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have her help out with transferring. And blacksmith, we have 16,000 left to purchase. This is an expensive one for us. Robin's pretty sweet for tech points, but fortunately, still pretty good where we are. This person has great ingot heating. They're not the worst, and we just need to honestly start hiring people. This is a tech person. Keep getting the best tech people ever. Ooh, nice. Stairs and ingot heating. Alright, well, we'll hire you too. I want to get as many people on the blacksmith as possible. And everybody get back to work. Another beautiful day. think we're gonna need a couple more benches though here momentarily. We got a pretty big upkeep per day, so let's continue to get the purples going. Try to get as much money as possible queued. Perfect. Yeah, they're going to town. Going to Pound Town. More merchant offers to choose from. Very good. And we're making our way to the basement as we speak. Alright. Pound Jr. at the max level, so we're not going to level them anymore. We don't want them to get any more levels that we have to pay for. And we'll see what happens. They may have patched it so that they auto-level. That's the thing. When I was playing before, you could stop them that way. Only annoying thing is that you never know what's going on anymore. And we could say just level up your carpentry, you know. Eventually we'll get a little bit in the carpentry. 6 grand right there. Boom. We're back in money. Alright, our design points. The 120 per day. We're going to start really pumping out design points every day now, so that's going to be great for us. Mr. Pound is now fully leveled. Alright, grill fork leveled that up. What sucks is you can't put the elevator down over here. Like, you have to like, really move everything around. And even then, it still doesn't work out the way that you want. Try to Jenga it the best you can, and it's just a really wonky area. You can put all of the extra things like drink crates and cauldrons and stuff over there. I wanted to get the rest area over here so that they didn't have to walk too far. So, but we're just gonna get it going here. See how many we can cram in here. All right, that actually did work. So we can get 3 more miners in here, which we want to do. This is gonna be pretty critical. Ooh, 1,600. Okay. We just need a little bit of cash and we're good to go. We're gonna get 3 more miners. We want to make sure that we're pulling in as much ore as possible. This is gonna be bigger, 4 times bigger. Once I get the real setup ready. Alright, Mrs. Pound is now fully pounded. Nicholas. Ooh, he's pretty bad. Yeah, some of these guys have a long way to go. That's why it's good to get as many of them as possible now, leveling up. Alright. 7,300. Get some knives going. 8 grand for the day, not bad. Get those miners going now. We can probably hire this gent here at least. Let's see. Hire 10 blacksmiths or assistants. Not bad. Start this day off. I think I'm going to invest my money into making sure we have a bunch of iron. Alright, 247. So we need 350 for the hiring discount, 250 for this, and 300 for the basement. If I just go across the line here, we're going to be in good shape. And the copper mine and the silver mine and all those things we will get into at a certain point, but just not quite yet. Alright, big wad of cash right there, not bad. Let's go in and see if we can hire ourselves any really good miners. Alright, right there. Alright, and Evan right there. This is a good one. Walk in, pickaxe. I like to get the guys with the pickaxe damage because in the long run they just really produce. Let's get a bunch of cash right there. The gob's going for 1,100. Take a peek and see what we can level up here. Ooh, this assistant right here. So he is moving quite a bit. Let's increase his movement speed so he can move a little bit faster. He can already carry a lot of items. Yeah, they're starting to get a little gridlock, so we're going to space this out appropriately when we can. We can get the stairs going up. We're going to have a stairs going down, too. I want to line this up, so there's 7 tiles this way, 6 tiles this way, so on the 4th tile, dead center, a little bit to the right. Okay, so this is going to be the way that people go up to deliver items to the store, and down in the basement is going to be, we're just a little bit off. Okay, so this is dead center. Okay. And then down in the basement, we're going to produce ore, and they're going to come up and deliver all that. I just want to get this correct right now. We're going to upgrade the floor to something a little nicer. We'll start decorating everything and making it look a little sharper. There we go. That looks kind of cool. Copper mine. No, we're going to hold off. We're going to get that bottom floor. Okay, so we got the stairs, but what we need to do now is get flooring up. And up here, it's going to be fancy. So, we want a fancy ground. We'll get this ground fancy enough. Yeah. So, we'll have another staircase going up right here. We don't have the next floor up, but this whole thing up here is going to just be one giant store. And I also want to have an entryway for people to get up into here without having to walk into the store. Otherwise, they're gonna start running into people, right? So we need to have pathway up at a different point. I'm probably gonna have it over here behind everything. We're gonna centralize this entire area, and quite honestly, like a lot of this research stuff and this is all gonna go in the basement. So we got a good thing going right now, but yeah, we'll have to put some of this stuff in the basement eventually. All right, we got a big chunk of change right there. Some blueprints. More design points, 100 per day now instead of 50. That's beautiful. 10 grand made today. Okay. We're making really good progress. Oh, it does look like I'm gonna have to get advanced metalworking in order to open hiring discount, and I'll need to get these two as well. But we can see we have 45 ore, so we're keeping up with all the ore that's being brought in. So the next chapter, we're going to get this floor up right now. We don't have to wait a whole chapter for that. Beautiful. Next chapter, though, we're going to get the basement. We're going to get up. We're going to organize everything. This is just how you would get everything to this point. You know, get all the workers that you need. Spending quite a bit of money, but we're producing quite a bit of money. I actually think we need more blacksmiths. We definitely need to centralize this in a way. I'm going to centralize all of this, have it really sharp, have a door going out this way, and in the back rows, we're going to have the things to craft more advanced items, and then we'll go upstairs to sell them in a giant market. We'll go downstairs to move ore in and out of this area. It's going to be beautiful. Well, hello everybody and welcome back. We have big plans for today. We are going to get the entire lower floor all decked out. We're going to get a basement where they can smelt ore in mass quantities. Get an upper floor and have one of the largest market areas we've ever seen before. So these are the big time goals. So let's get right back into it. We got some awesome money coming in right off the bat. It's a big chunk of change. We're going to keep up trying to get these purples. This is the tech point that we need if we come down here. What we're trying to do is go from hiring discounts to racks to basements, but we will need to get advanced metalworking, and we will need to unlock smelting too in order to unlock the basement. That's great. We just unlocked the workbench, which we're going to need for a lot of the items we're going to make upstairs in the store. Those specialty items go a long way to really, like, you can make things that are like 1,000, and they sell for insane amounts. So let's come down here and let's check out our dudes. So one of our miners just leveled up. We're going to get him a little bit more of the mining skill to determine his pickaxe damage. Keys, look at that. Bludgeon right there. We just got our first legendary item. Okay. We got a wonderful workflow going now. Everything seems to be popping off. Keep these guys full so they can keep producing. We are eventually going to really organize this, but for now we're just waiting to get basements unlocked so I can order everything the way that it needs to be. We want our stairs in the center. We want like a bunch of different things. I mean, we do have the upper floor, so I could start on some of the movements, which I probably should. So a thing I told you guys about for the store and all that jazz and benches and things like that. Benches are going to go downstairs. These gents can actually go downstairs too. So pretty much everything is going to go downstairs. The whole upper floor is just going to be one giant sales rack. All right, another cluster of monies. Look at that. We can get some legendary points, which I think we do want. We're going to do this just for the points. It looks like we have a blacksmith who is leveled. Perfection. Few of these gents. Very good. And, ooh, a designer got leveled. 250 per day. Not really sure what else to put them in. I guess we'll give them another level. We'll have to pay them more, but whatever. Keep upping their blacksmithing skills. Assistant. Transferring ingots. That's a good one. Let's increase their item capacity so they can transfer more. Another designer just got upgraded. 42 more points. Alright, so yeah, design is pretty sweet. I've actually never had so many people designing at once before, so this is great. And it is time to hire. Oh man, everybody's just leveling up now. It's kind of intense. I would set some of these guys to automatic, but I really do want to control everything. And so our ingot crafters over here, we're just going to continue to upgrade their speed. All right, smelting level 2. There we go. Now we can do steel, bronze, and sterling silver of medium gold ingots, so we can do medium-sized stuff. Which helps when we get into the medium blueprints. You see we have access to medium now, so we can start smelting those mediums, but we're not quite there yet. This is where the wood comes into play. So we are eventually going to want to get into wood simply for the crafting stations. We'll come over to crafting station. Let me actually show you what I'm talking about. We have these workbenches, so you don't have to have someone who does carpentry for this. We managed to get quite a bit of money, so let's keep going down the line here. Let's hire some blacksmiths. We have 35 grand, and so don't like them. Ooh, Scott's good. Manual is almost good. I like these guys that attract more customers, to be honest, because we are going to try to build a giant market. I mean, if we get 10 of them, that's 10%. Every one of them stacks. It's 1%. But we're only hiring blues now. We do want them to have at least something like heating ingots. Oh, wow, we got 3 in a row over here. This is a good one. The other 2 kind of suck. But yeah, 2 more blacksmiths, not bad. Let's get them going. Next day. Oh, here's another one, but we are not making wind scoops. That would have been a nice one. Well, let's go for the blueprint points. Why not? Okay, we can hire ourselves a good dude. Hiring new workers costs 10% less. Like it. All blacksmiths walk at the same speed while carrying as they do empty-handed. We had this for the assistants. 10% more experience. 10% more customers every day. We want that. When we get this upper area, it's going to be pretty immaculate. We need to get this all done before we go up. We got a lot of people leveling. I've been kind of leveling some of this stuff in the background of the video too. There's just so much of it. Oh, that's a beautiful... I love it when you get to those higher tiers. 240 just on one person in design. Alright, Kyle. Kyle's been with us for a long time. He just hit max. Alright, 9 grand right there. Do them tomahawks. We're getting real close now. Need 350 points, up to 1,000 points cheaper for new workers. That's a good one. Let's see what we got. We want to just keep hiring blacksmiths, in my opinion. Ooh, Lancaster, that's good. 1 more customer, 20% less time processing on the anvil. Love it. So that's a good... These are all pretty decent, but they got way too much, and they're actually better at designing than some of my designers. Especially come over here. Do we have anybody we could get rid of? Nah, they're all good actually now. They've all leveled up. Alright, let's get that next day going. Let's see what we got going on. 457 ore. So yeah, once we get this rolling at the right speed, it'll be decent. Alright, we got some blueprints to upgrade. Let's go for butcher knives. Let's do new blueprints. What do we want? Well, we want money. The sturdy shield makes a whole lot of sense to me. We're going to hold off on picking blueprints for just a tad bit. But we can upgrade almost all of these gents here to legendary. Getting some really good mining levels, which is perfect. Yes, sir. So much leveling. Alright, hiring discount. Perfect. We're getting so close to the basement, and then we can get everything organized. Design all the way up. Alright, another one right there. Perfect. Keep going for those blueprints. Oh, we were getting close. We got the level 3 racks. It's kind of nice just to wait till you have all the good stuff and then build something proper, right? So we need to save up a bunch of money because we have a lot of things that we need to purchase. Breathe the iron goblet. Yeah, we've pretty much maxed all these guys out at legendary. That's pretty sweet. 14 grand a day. Ooh, metal scoops, 13,000. Not bad. Start that next day. Okay, we're doing pretty decent now. This is nice. We have a little bit to go. We just need a few more points, though. We're getting super close to that 300. My favorite part, because we're going to have everything centered around these staircases, and it's going to just flow perfectly. Now, yeah, we do need another staircase going up. I'm most likely going to do it in the corner over here. Got another level on our assistant. They can carry 8 items. Well, now they can carry 10. Nice. Tankered up. Legendary. Really good for us. We're going to start making a little bit more money. Okay, we got 42,000 now. This is really great. I think we just did it. We got the basements. All right. Yeah, we can go into copper and all types of cool stuff now. Third floor is next, but we're not even ready for the third floor yet. So we want to do another market staircase. So let's hold up. What we want to do, though, is align some of the things that we talked about earlier, like getting the staircase down. So F, F, as you can see. So what we want to do is align this opposite direction. All right, and then we're going to hit F to go down. Plop it there. All right, perfect. Look at that. And now we can start moving some of this stuff. We're going to have to wait till nighttime to move a lot of the good stuff. All right, daytime is over. So now it is time to fully renovate everything. So this is going to be the fun part. Okay, first and foremost, we're bringing these gents down. So all we have to do is highlight all of them, move them, hit F, and we can drag it all down like that. Perfect. Same thing over here. Hit F. And we can even rotate things like so. This whole area is going to be our spot for sure. I'm thinking about putting everybody over in the corner. Corner down here. There we go. That looks great. All right. So let's get everyone moving about. I need to get them out of here. Get them all downstairs. Perfect. We got the upstairs. Okay. So what I would also like is a way for visitors and tourists to not have to go into the middle of all this and cause chaos. So we're going to have staircases going up and down right here. So anyone who's coming in, any patrons, they can come up this way. Anyone going down can go down this way. There we go. That aligns perfectly. All right. So we'll leave that door. So anyone hauling ore can just go straight. Another reason I'm doing this is so that ore people can go down. Anyone off the street who wants to go up into the store can go up that way. And then when people are done crafting items, they can go up the staircases to deliver them. So we have a pretty efficient method right here. Now it is time to get all of this stuff out. So we got to get all this downstairs too. Perfect. So what we want are the ingots to be delivered right to the place where we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff. So we're going to have quite a bit areas for ingots to go. We're going to have all shapes and sizes, so I'm kind of pre-planning for that. So I'm thinking we'll keep iron ore in one particular spot. We now also have the medium smelter, so if we want to make medium smelt ingots, we have to have one of these, and we do. Have 1, have 2, 3, and there's a bigger one for the big guys. So we're going to hold off on that just simply because it just takes too much room, in my opinion. Okay. I'm going to have the medium iron actually dropped off right here. Don't play it by ear. Eventually, we're going to expand into some other things. And realistically, we just need a lot of benches now. We're just going to line this whole bottom floor with benches. Okay, that looks good. So we need to hire a lot of people to come work down here. As I said, this storage over here is going to be for medium ingots. And now we need to organize all of this. This is really where things are going to get a little tricky. All right, we're going to have 4 of these babies up here. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. 8 chests, a bunch of watering areas. I'm going to do it like this. There we go. That's a lot for them to drop off. If we need more, we can play it by ear. I think I'm going to preemptively just do it. Thinking, yeah, that looks good to me. If we want to do mediums or anything. So what this essentially allows me to do is put these guys here. But what we really need is a spot in the back for these gents. This gives us just enough room to place right behind that a workbench. So they can go back there and work. And they do need a gap in order to go back there. So we just got to be a little mindful of that. So I'm going to do a 2 tile gap right there. Yeah, certain objects block, like these block, but I think all these other dudes you can walk straight around. Looks good here, I think, with a gap. And we're going to put the door right here instead. Alright, yeah, door going out the back right there. Alright, I think this will actually work if I go back to back. I'm trying to, yeah. Almost. Ah, I see. That's what we did there. Okay. I almost want to get rid of this thing, but it's okay. I guess if I were to do it like this, I think they could still walk through as long as the green part is there. There we go. Perfect. There we are. We got it going now. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. This is actually a fairly decent setup. A little excessive, but I think with 8 drop-offs, 8 waters, it's going to keep the flow because when they put the item to be put into the chest, so that's perfect. We don't have more people then can place items in chests, creating items in the water. So yeah, the flow is going to go well. And we have all this area up here. We have room in the back for our workbenches. So we're going to have a few of these. They can get back here. We gave them just enough space. Okay, that's enough for now, but this is looking pretty darn good. And we got the bottom going. So let's get all this operational first, and then we'll go into our store. Feel like I let myself down here, though. So we're just going to fill this thing with furnaces and just call it a day. I had a pretty intricate one before, but yeah, this is just the way it's going to have to be. Not bad. Not bad, it's just not what I think I could do better. We may reorganize this at some point. Alright, what we need now are people who are transferring the ingots. So we're going to hire some assistants, and what we're going to want are people who can go upstairs really quickly and have decent transportation. And we're broke. We are straight broke. Okay, well that's not going to happen today. Let's increase this dude's speed for transferring ingots. Alright, he is going to transport these ingots to this point. We're going to need multiple. So I'm going to have one going here, one going here. These other guys, we're just going to fill up by hand. And we're ready to start our day. So here is our new and improved factory. Here we go. See, look at that. So that's pretty sweet because they can come from right down here, right up the staircase. Really good flow. And as we get more workers, things are going to go great for us. We should probably get a floor. I do like the look. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, it's got an earthy feel to it. Perfect. We'll get the walls here in a little bit, but that looks good to me. Come upstairs. Things are going really well. Looks like they're able to walk in between the anvils, just as I predicted. And they're able to walk between the chests. Everything seems to be flowing. Perfect. Yeah. Everyone's been able to carry and get past everything, so that's perfect. Let's increase their walk speed now on transferring items. Alright, Mrs. Pound, or sorry, Pound Jr. the second just got maxed out. Okay. Let's increase her walk speed. She's restocking raw resources. We want her to be a bit fast. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to do things now because they have to go up and down the stairs. They should be coming in to get the ore and then coming down these stairs. Perfect. And then filling up all of our ores. So yeah, once we get a little bit more cash, we're going to be in good shape. But we just need to kind of catch up right now. And we have places for 80 more people. And we're probably going to hire all of them. Alright, I'm actually realizing one bad thing about placing all these things preemptively. They are stocking them. And I only want them to stock the 2 that I have. So we're going to change these guys all to medium ingots just for the time being. And these 2 guys, I want them stocking because these are what is going to be brought upstairs. Okay, big chunk of change. Thank you. Make some clubbies. Alright, copper mine is unlocked now. I guess we should just get it. We're not quite ready to make copper items, but that would be a good idea. I like to make the good stuff and sell it in the store. I like to stick to base industries like this for mass production. But we're going to be able to pick our best crafters and have them get to work. And once the store is up, then things are really going to fly off. Okay. Increase his walk speed. Alright, big payday right there, 9 grand. I do have a feeling that I really need to actually focus on making money right now to afford everyone that we need to hire. So, I mean, buying iron ore is going to be pretty vital. So we need to fill this whole dang place up. I'm going to spend all my money. Let's get that train going on this place right now. There we go. We have enough to make a fortune. Start that next day. Get back to work. Perfection. All right, a little bit of money coming in. Got to keep at it. There we go. But yeah, I think we need to just mass hire blacksmiths so we can keep everything coming in. Our blacksmiths are finally leveling and getting really, really efficient, so this is going to help us out a lot. Miners are starting to level up. We have a lot of ore, but I feel like the ore is really going to start to diminish here shortly. Big wad of cash right there, my friend. Okay, we can unlock the drinks for the miners. We're going to go and see if we can afford that right now. That's a good one. We already got... Okay, drinks crate. We already got the pickaxe. Perfect. We can get a torch in here. It doesn't really do much, but looks pretty. They're doing a great job. They're bringing in a lot of ore right now. Oh, dang. We got some good levels now. I think I'm going to up their stamina just a tad bit, too. Oh, yeah. 240 from 120. Getting way more tech points. Got a lot to upgrade still. Hoping we can go beyond legendary at some point. Our new blueprint's going to be the sturdy shield, so we need to get some steel ingots. Oh, nice. We didn't even have to do that. Okay. Perfect. There's a lot to pick from right now, but the sturdy shield's going to be one of the first items we start selling. Alright. The cauldron for the miners unlocked. We're unlocking quite a bit. This is helping out pretty substantially with all the stamina gains. Starting in the next day. Okay, let's take a pick of assistants here. We need to hire potentially a few assistants. They're really cheap. They're really, really cheap. Ooh, nice. +2 and stairs. But boom. This is going to be someone who transfers ingots. He is perfect for transferring ingots. We're going to go down, click on this gent, and then he is going to come to the top left. So we have one to the top right, one to the top left. Gent's crafting ingots. I will get more people crafting as soon as I possibly can. Increase their walk speed. Increase his capacity. Raw resources. Okay, we need way more people crafting ingots, so let's try to get a few. Oof, we got another dude. Okay. Alright. Jude is not very good at transferring. We're gonna put him on restocking raw iron. And we're gonna take this new dude who can go upstairs and carry 2 items onto transfer. And he is now gonna transfer this into the bottom right, like the gent was doing before. That's a good one for them. Now we got someone who is a little bit faster up the stairs. That's kind of what we want. Alright, that's a good one. Walk speed increase. They're a little expensive. I think I'm actually just going to start hiring and just throwing them in, right? Let's just throw them in. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll just throw 2 scrappers in there. I mean, they don't need much stats to be able to craft ingots, to be quite honest. We just need them to start working on it. I think I'm going to start leveling up carpentry on these bigwigs. In case I do need to start doing a little bit of carpentry. And we got a new tech, the silver mine. Oh, nice. 2 levels there, some more points. Let's see what we can do. We can get the shield up now. Once we get it to legendary, 439. Their blacksmith levels up. Very, very good. A little bit of a loss today, but that's alright. Okay, I feel like we got a good thing going. We got people moving. Got people crafting. Things are going to go our way now. They're all down here patiently waiting. Let's get this show on the road. Very cool. Yeah, so you can see we're starting to craft ingots at a pretty good rate now. Okay, look at that. All that money. Let's complete all of these and get these guys back to work. So that's a big wad of cash, 33 grand. Nothing to sneeze at. A lot of these things are for small money. Starting to kind of push me into the point where I need to start looking at doing the market. And we got ourselves an elite. Blueprint upgrade costs 10% less. Get one more floor in the basement. Holy cow. Wow, we gotta get Annie. I've never seen that before. I don't even need another floor in the basement, but we gotta get her anyway. Dang. Yeah, we got another floor in the basement. So, oof. Okay. Well, let's get the staircase in here now so that we don't have to figure it out later. That's cool. I mean, we could do all the medium stuff down there. All right, there we go. We got the staircase going down. We do decide that we want more, we can. I mean, I could put all the workers down there. Then they have to walk all the way up the staircase, so I don't entirely like that too much. I kind of like them right where they are. All right, we need to get more people crafting ingots. I think I'm at a point where I just am literally going to start just boom, 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 boom. Just let's get it going. Let's get one person crafting the big stuff. Everybody else crafting normal stuff. Yeah, that's good. We can actually like take the low tier people and put them into ingot crafting, but there we go. We're getting it going now. Perfect. Get some real cash now. I'm not satisfied. I feel like we need more. There's one. One that can climb stairs. He is going to transfer these big gents upstairs. Okay. We need to get it set up for that first. So I think right here is a good spot for the big steel ingots. Not a bad spot. Okay. Ezekiel, edit you. He's going to take the big boys. He's going to take them right here. Perfect. Kind of a similar setup. Now that I'm actually crafting these things, we want to change it to something we're not making. Silver ingots. Okay. We only want the place that's moving. There we go. We might even want to convert this back to 1 so they have an easier time. Because you can take from 1 and put it in 2 different spots. You just have to have 2 people to do it. All right. Look at that. Oof, we're unlocking things so quickly. And we are actually going to need wood storage. I'm going to put a little bit of wood storage back here. Pretty sweet. Actually just fit right in there for these guys to do what they need to do. Let's go and potentially hire 3 people just to bring back wood. So we don't have to pay for it. I like this guy. 20% less time to cut. Go for a blue. There we go. We got 3 guys right there. Perfect. Okay. We got 3 guys cutting down wood, and that will help us with our crafting. Start that next day. Make sure we got enough iron everywhere. Some good levels going on here. Keep that iron coming. Give this guy a little bit of walk speed. Almost 1,000 ore, so we're doing pretty darn efficient right now. All right, there we go. Finally, we want to get this one completed first, if possible. Oh, Mrs. Pound is... Yeah, they're leveling up big time now. And that's okay. We can afford their salaries, to be honest. Kind of crazy is just how many blacksmiths I actually have. All right, let's get that skilled to legendary. We're going to need a new blueprint. So the bracelets and the silver... Ooh, silver stuff sells for quite a lot. Silver mace sells for quite a lot. I'm going to hold. I feel like I just need to wait. Nice. Got a few miners. I think I'm going to upgrade some of their lower stats, right? Go. That looks good. Money, money. Alright, so we have a corner here and a corner here. So pretty much everyone can get there. These guys don't have to walk too far to get what they want. But yeah, it is a little pain. Once we get this flow, then we can get the store up. A little bit more cash there. That's 12 grand. That's pretty good. And this is where the game kind of gets that vibe where you kind of starts to get a little crazy because we need a lot of blacksmiths. We don't need someone with that much research. You also start getting different skill sets, like being able to walk upstairs. And we don't have blacksmiths that need to walk upstairs. Oh, here we go. Tracks 1% more. Perfect. 1% more. I'm liking these 1% mores. Drew's pretty good. Nice. 1% more, but here's a carpenter. I'll take him anyway. I just want to get as many blacksmiths as possible. All right, let's do this. We just purchased a lot of blacksmiths. Oh, they're going all the way downstairs to get iron. That's so weird. I guess that's one negative. Maybe I will need to get 4 people transporting to the corners. That's good enough for me. What we need to do is get... Okay. We're going to do this smart. We're going to do this the smart way. We're going to just have 1 for iron. And I'm going to have 4 people moving to all corners. So I need 2 more assistants, and they need to be really good at going upstairs. Let's wait till we get some money. Because these guys are coming, they're coming downstairs sometimes to get it. There we go. Ah, perfect. Guy with the stairs right there. So he's going to come, and he's going to move it to the top right. I need to redo this because I forgot who's doing what. Okay. So you take this, go to the top left. You're going to come in, and you're going to take this to the top right. You're going to come in, take it to the bottom, and then whoever I hire next is going to go bottom left. And they got to be able to move upstairs. That's actually more important. XP and stairs, which is 6 thou. We just need 1 thing to turn in. We got a new tech. Smelting ingots, large ingots. Cool. Okay, we got some money. 9 grand. It's not enough to do anything really crazy cool, but it is enough to hire that person. Elizabeth. Okay. She will take this to the bottom left. Okay, so now we have someone bringing ore to all points that we need. Perfection. I think we're in good shape now. What we need now are more assistants. Crafting ingots. We just need so many. They're all going to be waiting is the problem I have to drop off. Oh, it looks like they can drop off, but they only one could pick up. Perfect. Okay. Well, I think we're at a point where I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to throw people into the job. We just need to get bodies down there crafting, keep up with all the demand. All right, I think we're doing it. That's what's kind of funny is, yeah, the smelters, they don't really actually have to be that important. I got 3 more. There we go. I got 3 more people crafting ingots now. I think we're on track. So let's start this day and let's get those ingots crafted. That's what I'm talking about. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have enough for 12. And we got 1 extra. I think that's about perfect. 1 extra from what we can do. We have 1 person smelting. So that's exactly where we need to be. There we go. We're keeping up with the flow now. Perfect. Upstairs, I can see things growing. And once we get a little bit of cash, we're going to fill everything to the brim. Okay, we got some good missions there. All right. There's so many people to level. I have around 7 people. All right. We're just going to level them up to the point they're perfect at blacksmithing. I do not want to pay more than they're worth. We can get the 3rd floor, the pine forest, trade items for special resources. This one's actually really important. Now we can set up trade routes, and you can get gems and all types of stuff. I mean, we're so far away from that right now. We're so far away from gems and all that. I have to get all that, but yeah, we can go to the birch woods. So 200. If we give them these items, we can get 200 birch. There's a gold mine here, gem mine, clay pit. So this is how you get clay. We need wide cooking pans. So I can unlock it for 10 grand, but I need the item. Oh, I see. To unlock the clay pit, I need 25 cooking pans. So I can unlock the wide cooking pan, get it to high tier. Now we can unlock it. Every time I supply them with 25 wide cooking pans, I get 25 clay. That's how that works. Perfection. And yeah, these are pretty expensive. Gold ore seems to be the most valuable one. So the hunter's bow and the copper goblet. So this is why you want to make the copper and all that. Then you can get the gold, and then you can make crazy items. I think the gem mine probably is the craziest. The shovel and the pickaxe, and those are so easy to make. Oh, wow. Varying degrees of gems. Very crazy. All right, a little bit of money. All right, so we're actually able to make these cooking pans. I'm gonna have to disable it because they will start making those pans if I have them set for going to trade routes. And I don't quite yet. See, who do we have? Yeah, we'd have to have blacksmiths crafting for trade routes in order to hit that. So we're okay. I don't have to disable it or anything. Very good. Craft for the racks is going to be our store, and that's what we're going to be working on here soon. Crafting for ingots, we don't really care about them. These gents over here, we do care. The faster, the better in some regards. And it looks like we don't have any big items in the chest, so we're able to keep up with everything. The big money should start coming in. Look at our new blueprints. Royal shield for 11. 2 bronze. Oh my gosh. Look what you can do with clay. Those sell for insane amounts. Wow. Well, I feel like working on the copper mine, at least getting it going. Let's do that so we have a few options. We can at least get all the basic stuff up here. This is pretty impressive. We will need to get some more miners. Anybody, honestly, with pickaxe damage is good. We're just going to hire good enough for now to get the copper going. There we go. Very good. Yeah, we'll just start collecting some of it in the background. I may or may not use it. I don't know yet. I was mostly focused on using these big guys over here to make shields for up top. There we go. A bunch of knives. 1,300. Nice. Do the tomahawk one. Ah, this guy wants big pans. So yeah, the big pan, those are going to cost the medium ingots that we got. We'll start using those. That's good. I'm going to use some of my money to start filling everything up here to keep it going. Kind of cool when you have one pot like this guy down here. If I just fill this up, it will automatically spread out to the whole 4 corners with my gent. So I might just do that in the future. Oh crap, there's a whole thing called pottery now. We can shape clay. So that's a whole nother craft. I didn't even know that existed. We got the large smelter. We should definitely make room for the large smelter. I think we can place a few of them back here. We'll do 3. 1 for now then. We can eventually start crafting those. New technology. We can unlock Pine Forest. Let's get the 3rd floor. Complete. Alright, we're making some money now. We're starting to get there. They're barely keeping up. We need to make sure these assistants are doing a good job. These guys we don't even really need to level because they're crafting quite quickly. The people transferring ingots though, need to increase the amount they can carry. They are just not carrying enough. This person only can carry 1. So I gotta get them up to speed once they level. Alright, new day. We got a lot going on. Okay, it's time to start getting the store out. We definitely need different amounts of incomes. We're just not doing too hot right now. So we're gonna start selling the shields, and the shields I think can go pretty much anywhere. I'm gonna make this look a little nice. What's cool is we can be a little spacious, right? So we'll do 2 racks over here. We need to select the sturdy shields for all of these. So we'll get some blacksmiths on that just in a moment. And we're going to need checkout counters. And the checkout counters I'm going to place all along the back side here. I think this is good for now, but we're okay. I'm going to go crazy here. So every one of these guys I have means I can sell more stuff. That's the thing. So if I get a bunch of these gents in here, we get more customers. And the more customers we have, the better. Now, we're eventually going to have this much. This is part of my elaborate scheme. to just get as many people up here as possible. It's pretty insane. It's yeah, it's borderline insane, but it's gonna work. And we can place things in nice little rows and get things going. Now we're not gonna have this many, but the whole inner area here is gonna be full of items, and hopefully we can fill all of these jets. Now I will say it would probably be intelligent to place our staircases now, in case I do need more racks upstairs. And I like these staircases. I don't know about you, but these staircases I think are cooler. We're gonna do that. We can go upstairs now. Now it's saying that there is no second floor, which is correct. So let's just put a flooring up here so that people have a place to walk. Oh no, we lost our freaking sign. Oh, there we go. Now we can have multiple layers of Pound Town. There we go. Now we got Pound Town. We made it look a little different. Oh, we got some stuff to delete over here too, right? I mean, these walls, they're bugging me. Okay, there we go. Now everything looks good. It's kind of cool. All right. We got the Pound Town Market right here now. This is the way up. This is working out. We're doing okay. I think the people transferring are like quasi keeping up, and as they level up, that will help out. Right, big things of money coming in now. Perfect. And we can hire another elite worker. I like the 10% less. I like the blacksmith's carrying speed one. I don't know, remember if we got him already, but if we did, we have 2 of them now. Hiring discount, 1,500. That's really, really decent because we're starting to spend so much money. All right, let's look at blacksmiths. Oh, I like this guy. 20% faster with clay. So this is the problem as we progress. We get so many different skills we have to filter for when we're trying to look for something very specific. All right, start of the new day. Got a little bit of inventory buildup here. So we need someone actually helping to transfer items just straight up. 1% more. I'm gonna hire this guy. He's perfect. Let's just get him working. We got to get that money coming in. Perfection. All right, bit of updating over here. The transfer ingot folk. I'm gonna start increasing their items, honestly, because they're just carrying so much. All right, look at all that money coming in. Holy cow. Quite impressive, actually, how much is going on here. We can craft pottery, and the next is jewelry. We've almost maxed out the entire tree. All right, 30,000. Feels pretty good. We need to start decorating up here. It's going to start telling us that we're not hitting our decoration. Got 2,000. We get a 75%. So if I can get a little bit better decorations in here, people will want to come. And we can put up beautiful paintings behind all these areas here. That will usually do it. But it's going to be based on how many racks I have. So we're going to have to be... This place is going to have to get pretty decked out. And we have to start putting individuals onto the crafting. Okay. So craft for racks. I'm going to move my best people. Pound Junior the second. Moving my best people to doing this. We want to be able to craft these things very efficiently and quickly. And then the next thing that we have to do is hire an insane amount of cashiers. Now this is actually pretty important because these guys need certain stats. But I think as long as I only hire the blues, we'll be okay. Plus 1% more. 1% more. Oh no, that one only had communication 20% higher. Alright, so we hired 14 cashiers. All of them blues. It was a bit of money. But, oh, they're facing the total wrong direction. Okay, we're going to turn these all around. Okay, all of them have been turned around now. And it looks like they do block, so I think what I'm going to end up doing, getting rid of the middle guy. I don't like that they have to walk around so much. There we go. Make it easier for them to move around. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks a little weird too, being a wall. This actually looks a little bit better in a weird way. So what else do we want to do up here? I think we want to start selling some other things that are a little bit easier. So utensils and pottery. Why not, right? Who doesn't want utensils? See if these are too close together. We'll sell butcher knives. Sell pans. Yes, they're too close. All right, so those are good. We put them back to back like that, it looks like. And then over here, goblets and metal scoops. You want to have things a little bit different. They like differentiation. Let's get this started, and let's see how much we can get up here. So they're going to have to walk up, and hopefully we can get our delivery guys to do this. Perfect. So we're going to need more transporters for sure, not less. So transfer items. Let's go on a big hiring spree here as well. 6,600, but really good speed. I love it. 1% more customers. Can't say no. Alright, another good gent with extra 2 carry and 100% faster climbing stairs. Perfect. There we go. So now we're going to get a lot of customers. The more gents we have, the more customers we're going to get. And the customers are coming in from the wrong end. They always do. So I didn't like that. That was my fear, is I'd be funneling traffic in through here. It seems that they're doing okay and they're not causing any issues. They want to come from up here. I don't want them funneling through my area. I don't like them in my area. Okay. We're going to put a staircase right at the entry point here. I'm hoping... There we go. Now they will stop walking through my area here. Oh gosh, that was annoying. Alright, let's get a bunch of iron. Let's make sure we're ready for the long haul here. We got a bit of money coming in. Oh, this is beautiful. Alright, we're kind of not keeping up with the ore. Oh, we're out of ore. So, that is interesting. So, the ore at the iron mine, we're not doing a good job. We may need more freight elevators. That's fine. Can put one back here. And we're going to need, I think, an insane amount of people. Also get the fire pit up. Oh, we can put the fire pit over here. That's good. There we go. Perfect. And we need to hire a ton of miners. Go to our miners. Hire. All right. He's not very crazy good, but we might just go for anyone with pick damage. Slower. Pick damage. Pick damage. Pick damage. Okay. Let's keep these guys going. Oh, nice. Yeah. Really nice when you can get your restockers up. Movement speed. They seem to be keeping up with everything. Craft ingots don't matter. Transfer ingots definitely matters when you do increase how many they can do. I'm probably going to need to get more people transferring. There we go. So if we have any capacity, we have this over here. It doesn't look like we're going to need it, but if we do, it's there. Okay. Jeez Louise, dude. There's so much. Yeah, they got to carry all of it. That's the thing. There's so much over here. They're just not carrying it. Alright, well, I think we're in good shape now. That should be just an insane amount right there. Okay, I've restocked all of the ingots. We're ready to go. And we still have a lot of items that need to be moved. You can never have enough money in this game. We're going to start getting passive wealth now, too, that we're crafting all these items. So the shields are going to be the big one. Go to our blueprints and look at the shields. So we need one oak wood. And it looks like we need someone transporting the oak in. We're only doing iron. So let's hire another assistant. Oh, nice. There's that person. So they're going to restock oak. Actually quite insane how many levels there are now. And I don't want everyone to keep leveling if they don't need to, because then the wages go up, and then we have a bit of a problem there. All right, there's some money right there. Nice. Yeah, they're making sales. That's good. We need to keep expanding. Got you let's go for weapon racks now. Cool as the store really can just go to the next upper area, so we don't have to stop here. We're gonna do tomahawks and bludgeons. And more tomahawks and more bludgeons. And what do we need for these gents here again? Did I get the wrong one? Yeah, it's in stock. All of it is in stock. They should start crafting those here momentarily. Nice. Pine Forest unlock right there, I guess. Let's do jewelry unlocks. I'm really curious to see if I should even try. Pretty expensive. Oh, geez Louise, that guy needs to get a level. Okay, he's got 3 he can transfer now. Definitely want to get the miners up. Okay, we got the big bucks coming in now. Realistically, just need better blacksmiths and a lot of them. I don't want anybody that does clay. I don't think I'm going to do clay. All right, we got a blue right there. Perfect. 1% more customers. I'll take them. Oh, that's a good one right there. Ebba's amazing. 1% more customers. Walks faster. Can't do shit. Almost good. Almost good enough for us. Oh, Ethan, you suck at everything, but I'm going to hire you anyway. And welcome back for the final installment. We're going to be busting out the entire upper floor now and really getting in the market area. I want to see how much money we can generate per day when we start actually just selling items to hundreds of people. I'm going to try to get at least 75 people. I'm hoping for 100. Check out our new blueprints. So I've been really eyeing making the royal shield. If we do get a silver mine up, we could start making things out of silver. So we need to kind of think about this. I'm looking at this from a mass production mindset. Oh, the mall here. This is a good one. We have everything to make it. Pretty much anything I can make with just very simple parts is kind of what I am looking at. So yeah, we're going to do malls. And all the way to legendary. That will sell for 286. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so we got some basic malls there. Let's get some more storefronts down. This is a cool little weapon rack. Let's try this one out. Pretty sure we can put these back to back like so. And we're going to do the malls here and just malls here. Looks like I just need to flip this real quick. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So what we need to make sure is that we have a bunch of these medium ingots. And I think we have one individual working on medium ingots. So let's get one more person producing those because I feel like we're going to need a lot more if I start increasing all of these things. So we need to wait for a little bit of money to come in. Not a problem. We're going to have a big wad of cash here momentarily. Let's speed this all up. You can see the store is actually really starting to help out here. We were pretty broke. That's one really cool thing about the storefront is that you have a steady flow of cash coming in. All right, we had enough money just from the store to start hiring, and this is where things are going to start picking up for us. So this individual is just going to be in the basement. Realistically, it doesn't entirely matter what his stats are. That's kind of funny. I think, if anything, being able to walk faster is probably going to be the big one. Oh, this guy's actually really good. We're going to hire him just for our transferring of items. And I'm going to take my weakest person over here, and I'm going to place them... Yeah, this person's pretty weak. Let's do them. And now we can do the medium steel ingots. Cool. So I have 2 people now. We can have up to probably 3. Maybe we could probably even get away with 4 if one of them is moving. But this is what we want. We just want to make sure things are coming in. And it looks like the iron ore is starting to hit a bottleneck at the mine. So that is going to be a problem, and we need to solve this. So you are going to want to, completely maximize your spacing. They make it so that you can't get away with too much, though, as you can see. That's kind of the problem I have with a lot of this, is that there's really only so much you can do. I'm going to move this a little bit closer to this area. Move the torch over here. Looks like I was able to fit 2 more beds in. I could move this around, but it's there's no way to get enough room for another thing in here. Okay, so that seems to be about right. So we're gonna go in and see how many more miners I can get. We need to hire pretty much just anybody that can breathe. All right, mining. I'm just gonna hire these gents because they're so cheap. Looks like we got a big wad of cash. Perfect. continue to pick these things, which are going to help us out. 20 grand right there. That's good. But we definitely need to just keep hiring people here. There we go. Okay. I feel like we have one more spot left, but that's really, really decent. So let's keep getting up their hit. Okay, perfect. So we have like a lot of ore on the ground. It doesn't seem like they're able to get it all up. So I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Take a peek. Yeah, see, we're getting a ton of it. It's just they're only picking up so much of it. I think I might start improving their walk speeds since they're having to travel a little bit faster distances. If that helps them get stuff in there, because you can see a few people are hammering, and then they'll pick something up and move it, and then you have a few guys who are just going ham because their stamina is so freaking awesome. We're gonna watch this and figure out where the bottleneck is happening. All right, unlock Pine Forest. Do a few levels up. Nice. Person's pretty much maxed out now. That's really awesome. I'm not leveling up my ingot crafters anymore because I really don't need to. If I level up anything, it's just going to be their movement speeds. I mean, I definitely am at a point where I think I'm going to have more money. So it's not like I can't afford the wages. And, you know, the faster they move, the better. Just in general. Cool thing, too, is I can always repurpose these individuals. Like, some of these guys, I think, might be better off. Like, some of these guys are really, really good. They're just way better. Like, yeah, she should actually craft ingots. But I don't remember which one she's transferring ingots for. So I'm just going to let her level up. Nice. The cashier leveling up is the big one for me. All right, more customers. So this is what we're going for. Every time I up this, we get more and more customers. So that's why you want to have a bunch of these guys at the checkout counter. Well, this actually might be where the pottery comes into play because, or carpentry, because if I'm crafting for the racks, then I don't have to worry about general things, but a little hard to know what the best route is for all of this. Some of these guys are pretty dope, though. A lot of these gents just need to increase their blacksmithing, and every time I increase their blacksmithing, it means we are producing items that much faster, so that is a beautiful thing. All right, we were able to make a tad bit of coin, not bad. Ooh, this is cool. So we can get ores from completing things now. That's where things kind of start to really ramp up. Let's get some more points. I think we're about to freaking unlock the whole tech tree. So it feels like I just need to let them finish off the day and they pick everything up. So I just need to be a little careful there. That's really, the bottleneck is just they need a little bit more time. Okay, 438 ore. So now we're in business again. Hiring those individuals really helped out. Yeah, there's a bit of a bottleneck here, which is probably causing some issues. And there we go, 13 grand. I'm gonna just fill this up. We need to go upstairs and make sure we don't have issues too. I'm gonna fill up our reserves. Oh, we're already out of the mediums down there. So that's not good. That is not good at all. So that makes me think. Let's move you guys over here. We're going to need at least one more gent doing the mediums. Alright, we're going to reorganize some of this stuff. We're going to make it a little bit more efficient. I'm going to... These mediums shouldn't even be here. We should be centering our base of operations right where the thing that's moving goods is going. We can have a whole nother rack. It's really not that big of a deal. And we can take these mediums and we can start a medium only area over here. We have a large over here and we're not even doing larges. I think the basement actually makes a whole lot of sense to some extent. Ooh, pike is pretty dope. That is real cool. 584. The bandit shield. Yeah, the halberd. But these are larges. So we may need to get into large production if we want to get some of the bigger items. I'd kind of like to just focus all the attention onto a few things, though, that we can mass produce a little bit faster. So you can see we're already at like 20 grand. And a lot of that's from the store up top. So for some reason, yeah, they're only going to a few of the people selling. Yeah, there's plenty of counters for everybody. We're keeping most of this stocked up here. New technology. Sharpening wheel enables the crafting of sharp weapons like swords and axes. Okay, so this is a big step up for us. Let's go blueprints on that one. Oh, yeah, katanas. Okay, so we're starting to see a theme here that the large is huge. Look at the soul. Oh, the soul blade. 3 of these for... Oh, man. 890. Okay, so that's where the money's at. That is where the money's at right there. Okay. So up here, we're going to change this into large steel ingots. And we're going to get someone to maneuver them. So everyone's going to bed. We're going to reshape the world here. All of this stuff right here, it's going into the basement. All of the benches are going to go into the basement. I know they'll have a couple flight of stairs more, right? Which kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, I think it's the right move. Okay, we've moved everything down here, so they can come down here. Let's unpause the game real quick and have them all get out of my way. Yeah, it's not too bad. They just got to go up 2 flights of stairs now. We're going to rearrange everything down here to make a little bit more sense. I know how I want to do this now, and it's actually much easier than I made it out to be. We're going to group like kinds, and we're going to have all of these guys over here. We're definitely have to get some sharpening wheels up top. So the big dogs are over here. So what I think we'll do is we don't need all of these. I just put them there kind of to have. The sharpening wheel takes up the same amount of space. Perfect. Okay. Had 2 sharpening wheels over there. I think that that's going to be almost sufficient. Just get a 3rd one up in the background there. Oh, trade route crate. Okay, cool. Gem storage. Yeah, we're not seeing any bigger item chest. And we've unlocked quite a bit. This is pottery, jewelry. We're not really totally interested in that too yet. To that extent yet. So let's keep going down here. So as you can see, I've really organized everything down here. And now, look how much more efficient that's going to be. Ba-boom, ba-boom. So we can even get more of these guys in here. This is much better than what I had. I am a little afraid that this is going to be not enough, though. We got the 2 crates. Okay. And then the larges, I think, should probably... Okay, so the large is actually where we want to focus a lot of. So the mediums, I'm going to place over here. We still need to make mediums. And I need to get a full staffing of people here. Okay, mediums there. I don't really think we're going to need as many mediums as anything else. This is actually looking pretty darn good. I think that this is far more than sufficient for mediums. And then for the large guys, we can put them in their own little corner over here. And this is where I need to start really mass producing. And what's kind of cool is if I do it like this, everyone can kind of work together and use the same pots if they want. Overlapping items. I think that this is probably, honestly, enough right here. And we can get one more guy here. And then, boom, we have a spot for the largest. So this works out just fantastic. So what we need now is someone... I'm going to stock this. Someone moving these. And let's change this to large steel ingots to the upper area. So, let's go to our assistants. We have a lot of people to level. Let's hire... Oh, this guy's perfect. Stairs and everything. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some money real quick. Hire this individual. Take this individual. They are now going to transfer these ingots to the upper area. Remember, you can go up and down with R and F. It's really useful when you're doing these things. And we'll increase her walk speed. Cool. So we're keeping an eye on people that need to be leveled. Oh, nice, the cashier. So we're putting pretty much everything into more customers. The more people we get in the store, the more sales we're making. Most of the designers are maxed out right now. And nice. Always good to get another blacksmith at full capacity. few of these guys we hired with very low stats just to get someone in the door, and they are now starting to pay off dividends. Nice. Some miners. All right. So we're doing good on the mining now. We have a lot of people doing stuff. Perfect. Okay, so the new blueprint we're going to unlock is going to be like katanas and stuff. So we need a lot more people. Let's start the next day now. So this is beautiful. This is really beautiful right here. I like this a whole lot. We have a spot for mediums. We have a massive enterprise for large and all the smalls. So I'm going to leave the smalls alone. I'm going to hire, I'm going to say 3 more people for mediums and 8 people for the big ones. And what's kind of cool is I don't really care what level they are, so we can pretty much just hire anybody we want. So we just need to make a bit of money. Once we get that flowing, then we come up here and we get this flowing. And we got the wood. We may want to get the pines coming in too. It's the only way you can get pine is through harvesting them yourself. But yeah, we have 4 corners that people can get the basic ingots from. I think that's sufficient. Yeah, there we go. He's making clubs. This is great. Oh, nice. Nice. There we go. Big chunk of change. Things are looking up. I want to stay away from doing mediums and larges for... I already did it once, but we should probably stay away from doing the things like pans. We're going through our stuff really, really quick. I'd rather sell them upstairs at a vast, vast markup. Okay, and we're having difficulty keeping up with everything because we don't have the proper ingot. Okay. Nice. Restocker, get their speed up. Transfer ingots. Let's get their speed up too. Ingot transfers. Oh, this person needs to carry more. There we go. Big wad of cash. Yeah, let's stick to like cleavers and cups. All right, we got 30 grand. So now it is time. The mass hiring of assistants. And what's cool is we've gotten all these things that reduce the cost of workers. So essentially, we just don't want people that have really, really bad negatives. All right, we hired 6 new people. And I'm going to say 2 of them are going to craft mediums. And then 3 of them are going to craft large for now. We just need to get production up and running. Nice. I love it when we can get another guy to move goods. I'm going to increase how many they can carry over here because I feel like that's where we're kind of hurting. I'm going to up their transfer ingots. All right. We're back to business. Unlock the 4th floor. It's kind of crazy. We're going to get all the unlocks, so we've almost hit the end of the tree here. Let's start the next day. Nice. Got a little bit of money. Some shovels. Okay. So we need to like continue to really deck this out. We just need a little bit of cash. Ooh, we can hire ourselves another super worker. All right, we're making lots of money upstairs in the store. And down here, you can see we're getting a lot more mediums, which is great because we needed that. All right, large steel ingots are off now. And they're going downstairs. For some reason, they're only smelting like 1 or 2. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, after they smelt, they go downstairs. I wonder if there's an issue here with spacing. Try that. That is so odd. Yeah, they're like taking turns just doing one. Okay. I'm gonna try a new little setup. I'm trying to figure out where the issue is here. Oh, I think that, okay. Fundamental misunderstanding on my part. It may be that they need one of these mediums. Let me see. What is going on here? Complete. Nice, 18 grand. Yeah, she's going over and picking up a medium. That's so interesting. So we need more mediums. There's iron ingot, and there's steel ingot, and then there's large steel ingot. And large steel ingots need multiple of these ingots. Okay, so that is so cool. We need to rethink everything that I was planning on doing. It's not the spacing. It's simply that we need a massive infrastructure of steel ingots. Okay. Well, we can do that. We'll reappropriate some of this space and we'll go crazy over here on this stuff. That works out for me just fine. Now we're moving some of this stuff upstairs, so that's going to cause issues. We do have a bunch of large up there, and we have nothing for medium, so we need to hit kind of a healthy little spot here. We have 29,000, so we need to hire a ton of people. I'm gonna leave the people that I have on large where they are. Hired 3 people. They're all just gonna craft steel ingots. Nice. Got 2 really good gents right there. Steel ingots. I'm gonna take this person too. Steel ingots. Go upstairs and make sure we're transferring everything. Yeah, I don't see any large clusters, so we're in good shape. Got a bit of money right here. All right, let's get some more money coming in. And we can hire an elite worker. 5% more as a reward. Hiring 10% less. A lot of these guys are great. This guy's really she's really expensive. And I mean, it's great if I want to do pottery or any of that stuff. I don't. I'm gonna hire them though, because I need someone else helping out with the blacksmith stuff. So let's do it. But we're gonna take this person that we just hired, the super person, and she's crafting for the racks. Everybody else, we're gonna level up their speed, make them go a little faster. Yeah, super fast. Transferring ingots. Yeah, he's pretty slow. Let's increase his speed. Nice. I love it when the cashiers level up. 4 more people per day. We're gonna get more cashiers here momentarily. We're kind of just trying to naturally build up everybody to the point where I'm just, the money's coming in faster than I can spend it. It's kind of where we want to be. Okay. Alright, so it's not coming in crazy, but let's fill up our reserves with all this money. Make sure that we have everything we need. And then upstairs, we need to do a little bit more. So I think we should probably focus on some basic items now. So we can get these shelves up. And let's see how many of these we can stack. So we're going to sell the most expensive thing we can, which is why these take medium. So let's do butcher knives and metal scoops and grill forks. So it needs to be two blank tiles away. Okay. So these guys are going to be a little different. It needs to have 2 tiles on one side in order to be accessed. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, let's get that out. And you can also see that we need to beautify the area. If we go into the store where you need 10,000 to get the most. So let's go and take a peek at decorations. There's a lot of good decorations here. Oh, bookshelves. Ooh, fireplace. Oh, I like that. We could put a fireplace here, but it blocks a lot of stuff. Yeah, it'll make it hard for people to access this area. Ooh, here we go. They can still get back there. All right, we're gonna stack a bunch of these bad boys over there. Yeah, I kind of pushed everything out. Let's go from the areas that we know about. Like that. Okay, perfect. And we can get some more paintings. We got a horse. Who doesn't like horses, I guess? Not good enough for the painting of a thing of meat. Kind of offensive to me that I can't do that. I'm not good enough for it. All right, there should be like rugs or something else. If this is all I have, we're in trouble. All right, well, it's potted plant time. Oh, these are so modest. It's not going to be enough. We're going to need a lot of these gents right here. All right, there we go. We're above it. That will give us a nice little boost. Let's get some money. Big money down there. Some of this stuff we don't even have unlocked. Yeah, we can't do the shovels there. We're going to refresh. There we go. I'm kind of just choosing anything I can at this point now. Oh yeah, we need to make sure they're able to keep up with the production of everything up here. And down here, we're doing good. Down here. Yeah, we can see we're starting to get a lot of the mediums here. We're trying to keep up with large production. All of these mediums aren't even running. So, and I need to figure out how they're making the steel ingots. So let's actually watch. They're taking the raw. I think they're grabbing the base tier ingot. So we're gonna need to watch. We're gonna watch this in slow motion. Okay. Yeah, they're walking upstairs and they're grabbing base ingots. Okay. So, that's dumb. We need to switch these around. This and this. We need to make these closer together so that they have less of a distance to walk. So that means we also need to increase... I have actually a better idea. We're going to do another ingot storage right here. And we're just going to fill it up ourselves. And if they have any excess, they can come over here and do it. But we also need to increase ingot production. You can see that it's starting to slack. Okay, so base ingot production. We got mediums. Perfect. And quite honestly, I'm going to do another guy here for mediums. And these mediums aren't going to be brought upstairs. So if we do fill this up, at least we have mediums down here. Okay, look at that. Now we're flowing. Now they can come over here to do the larges. This is beautiful. Got the axe. Let's do tankards. Okay, so now we need more for base production. Go to their assistants. And we're just going to hire pretty much anybody that's blue or doesn't have crazy negatives. XP gain, less XP gain is fine. So more ingot crafters. We're also going to need more benches. We're getting to a point where we're almost full up. I'm not even going to give them floor. I kind of like the fact that there's no floor down here. It's fitting. Boom. Okay. We got a lot of people now. This should work. This should actually work. The big bottleneck here, though, is this. We're going to need another drop-off point up here. It's not working the way that I have it. And this I'm going to put actually over here. We're going to have another drop-off point. Got some money. I'll have to get another person to transfer ingots from here. Yeah, things are really going quick now, though. You can see the mediums are starting to build up, which is really good. The larges are starting to build up. The person transporting the larges, it's maxed up here. Medium here, we're golden. I don't even need to have anyone do anything else. I just need to make sure that people transporting are doing their jobs. Perfection. Big wad of cash. Look at that. We got 41 grand now. Now, the big kicker is, are the people keeping up with production up here? I feel like we're actually slacking. So let's come back down. Okay. We're gonna go back to blacksmiths. We need more crafters for the rack. I'm taking the best people I have and putting them into rack crafting. I feel like this is the way. And we'll take Christine as well. And some of them just leveled up. So we'll take our best people here. I took about 6 people off of normal production. I feel the need to really start ramping up production for the marketplace. That's where the money is. That's where the most money is, to be honest. Okay, and none of the other assistants. We're going to leave all the crafters pretty much unleveled. Ooh, nice. Cashier just leveled up. Let's get 4 more people in per day. Miners are getting some good progress as well. That's awesome. All right, so we're at 43,000. We're actually making money just doing what we're doing. So let's fill up the coffers up top. Gonna fill the whole damn thing up. And let's start that next day. Even fill the ones that we stock up. Even fill the ones down here up. Alright, cool. Yeah, and these guys can walk down and put it here. This is working out pretty decent. And we got a good amount of material being made. Okay. I feel pretty darn good about this. If anything, I need more people crafting basic ingots. There's a lot of space. It looks like we can actually handle a few more people. So let's think about that. This guy's restocking raw resources. Well, he's max level now. Yeah, so these restocker guys, they're definitely keeping up. And we have 378 ore, so I feel like we finally have a really good synergy here. Yeah, and having this stack of mediums that we don't use up there is really helping keep up the large productions. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Go to new blueprints and let's start getting the big boy stuff. So I want to make soul blades for sure, and we want to legendary that. That's 1200. Doom blade, katana. The doom blade sells for 1 more than the katana, but the katana is the katana. You gotta have the katana. 770. All right, so doom blades and katanas right now. So let's go back up here. And we're going to make a rack for the Doom Blades and Katanas. Nice, we just unlocked the circle rack. So I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more out of this. Let's see. Alright, so this is going to be Soul Blades. Just trying to see if it has any issues running into anything. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it caused a little bit of an issue here, though. Katanas. Soul Blades. Katanas. That's pretty cool. Alright. So we'll get up a little bit of that action right there. And see what we can do with that. The money's going to start flowing in. Oh, we can't make any of these things. These are wooden scoops. Maybe I should get a carpenter going here, actually. Not a bad way to make money. Okay. This is pretty darn groovy. You can see the money starting to flow in. I feel like what we need to do now is hire more cashiers. Our transfer item guy, let's get him up to 10. Yeah, we have so many ingot crafters, it's actually kind of funny. And I think we need to hire more blacksmiths, personally. We're only going to hire blues. And we're only going to hire people with like a slightly good base. This guy's great. Look at that. We need to get a few more blacksmiths in here. 1% more customers can go upstairs quickly. Take them. I don't like this guy at all. Ooh, almost good. But no, this is a good... Ugh, no good stats. Now that we have money coming in, we can be really picky. This guy's actually decent. Or will be decent once properly trained. Okay, well that's it for those gents. And it looks like we're just keeping up. Maybe need a little bit more going on here. Oh, look at that. We got katanas and soul blades. Yeah, they're focusing on the big boy stuff right now. So let's complete that. And I feel it's probably time to hire a ton of cashiers. So let's do that right now too. We have 26 grand. We can hire 8 more cashiers. Wow, I didn't realize I actually filled up all of those things. So we do need to hire the best. Okay. We have attracted 500 customers per day to our shop. Holy cow, dude. We blew past what I was looking to do. I just got the achievement for that. Oh my god. That's disgusting. 500. Alright, well, we're doing good. Alright, Jonathan. Felicity. Rosamond. We could have multiple stories, too. That's the funny thing. Alright, Hector. Olivia. Okay, we're a little bit broke, but we just hired an enormous amount of new cashiers, so start of the new day. Are they all stuck? They're just like all at work. Perfect. They can't move. a perfect worker. Okay. Yeah, here we go. We got it going on now. They're probably gonna start selling out. Let's see that money go up. Got a pretty hefty salary. Oh, the last one. 5th floor. We've unlocked the entire freaking tech tree. We did it. Alright, yeah, we're starting to accumulate some money here quick. Let's go and see what else we can do. If we did want to get into clay, which we could, it's a little pricey. They sell for a fortune. And that's silver. We could start crafting silver. Ooh, the totem mace. Knight sword requires a little bit of copper. The teapot's real cheap for the cost. Not a good deal for us. Oh, look at that. A common sword. That's cool. It's just 2 normal ingots. Let's do that. That's a good one. 202. Not bad. I think we need to beautify this area a little bit more, too. Let's get a wad of cash. There we go. Check out the store. Yeah, we're just a tad shy of our decoration. We're gonna put this painting of a sad girl behind this lady over here. There we go. That will get the sales going. Okay. Yeah, I like these little roundabouts. I think these are where it's at. So we're gonna do common swords. Common swords. I think I'm gonna do a ton of common swords, to be honest. Seems like they're pretty darn easy to make. That guy just bought a katana for 1,200. Not bad. Yeah, we're in the green now. That's beautiful. There's still a lot to fill. We need to start going a little crazy up here, I think. Alright, we got shield racks. We're going to go back into more sturdy shield production. Even though none of the other sturdy shields have been made. Alright, we need 1 oak. I'm wondering if they should be doing it over here. Maybe because I don't have a carpenter's table. I'm wondering if this is carpentry, if it involves wood, if it just like overrides it. Let's do a couple carpentry tables and see if we can start producing those shields. Yeah, you can see him back here making the big blade stuff, which is awesome, and then sharpening it. Yeah, we got it going on now. This is great. I'm wondering if potentially I just don't have the right equipment, workbench. No, we got it all. Carpentry, design, potter, jewelry. None of that's needed. Yeah, and they're back there making swords. We should probably sell one of these and get a sharpening wheel so they don't have to walk all the way across the store to sharpen the big blades after they craft them. You can see a lot of the bottleneck is coming from the lack of this. Fascinating. I think we're going to change this to a medium ingot pile. And I'm going to hire someone to bring medium ingots upstairs to that pile too. We need 2 piles, it looks like, from my perspective. Oh, that's a good dude. Moves fast, carries more. Okay. So he gonna move these dudes to here. We'll have 2 of them. It's because of the pans. We're having the bottleneck because of the pans. That's why you got to stay away from those darn pesky pans. I'm not set up to have so many people trying to get stuff from that area. Alright, ingot transfer. You're going to do 12 at a time. You're going to do 7 at a time now. Alright, next day. Things are going great. We have a little bit of items in here, but I think that the workers should be able to get it. What in tarnation? Oh my god. Oh, it's weird. Oh, I blocked the door. I blocked the door. I'm such a dork. Alright, we'll put these guys back here. Oh my god. That's funny. There we go. Now we're back in business. And yeah, you can see, look how many people we have coming into the store now. This is incredible. And it does look like we're keeping up with some of the productions, but not quite at the rate we need to. Oh yeah, this isn't gonna last. We need to immediately hire a lot more blacksmiths. Okay. Okay. This is kind of an emergency. We need to pull, in my opinion, almost every blacksmith we can into production. None of the weak guys. Alright. We just pulled an insane amount of people into producing for the racks upstairs. We about doubled our stuff. Oh my god. Customers are willing to wait 30 seconds. They shouldn't be waiting. 1% more? Oh, I like that. This cashier earned 2% more for every item sold. That's pretty sweet. I think we sold out almost everything but those swords, so... yeah, we have a lot more people now. I'm looking for any kind of bottlenecks that I can see. I don't see too many. We can get the next tier. Alright, we got the pans out, so we don't want to do that ever again. Yeah, they're having a hard time keeping up with medium production. That's good. Large is tapped out. So look at that. They're all downstairs. That's probably fine, to be honest, because we have 2 things of large. So I don't want to be taking too many of the mediums to make mounds of the large. But it does tell me that we can increase the production of the big swordy guys up here. So let's look at a couple more blueprints that we can make from the larges. Oh, Shadow Strike. That's a cool one. 2 large, 1 medium. The weapons do seem to be where it's at. So, Doom Blade. All the way. Oh, damn. I don't have enough to put it to legendary. Okay. Well, we'll just do the 1 Doom Blade. And I think we can place these guys right here. So, he's going to do Doom Blades. And I think we'll do a couple more Soul Blades. There we go. The Doom Blades are pretty freaking pricey. It's not bad. Okay. We're starting to get a little bit more stuff up top. Oh, we got a shield finally. Okay, I think we're in business. Alright, we got a big bottleneck over here. Looks like we don't have enough tables. That's crazy. We actually made it to the point where we're producing so much that we don't have enough workbenches. Okay. We're gonna layer these back areas here with more benches. There we go. That should help out a lot. And let's, for good measure, do the same thing over here. I'm gonna put a wheel in the back here, though, so they have a place to sharpen. I'm gonna place a wheel over here, too. There we go. Okay. Yeah, now we got this place fully kitted. So this was my design concept that I had after my last Let's Play. And I knew that there was a better way to organize this. This is like, I could probably tweak this, but this is actually pretty solid when you think about it, because everything flows. Almost every workbench is full. This is nuts. We're likely going to need more. Might have to. I might have to actually, like, cut out some of these gents here to get more benches in. It's not a bad idea when you think about it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We don't need all of them aren't even being used, and they're only at it for so long because they're so fast now. Says we made 7,200, but we made 38,000 in item sales. Purchases were pretty high, but you can see that just the items we're selling is almost twice what our wages are. It's pretty incredible. It looks like we're keeping up with a lot of production, but not all of it. Let's come back up top. And we need to fill out this whole area. That's the goal, right? The goal is that we get a fully kitted shop. Alright. What do we want to sell here? Cups, knives. I'm trying to go for variety. We're just going to go one down the line. We're not going to do... Oh shit, we could do pans up here. There were 205. That's actually a lot, especially for the mediums. Ah, I forgot about this area up here. We got to go a different direction here. Oh, biggie. There we go. And then down here, let's think. All right, complete the cups. Yeah, we're bringing in cash. That's all that matters. Oh, the Skull Crusher. I likey. Me likey Skull Crusher. Okay. So let's get a whole rack of them Skull Crushers. That is so cheap for what it does. These are ridiculously easy to make. I guess we could go back to old school weapon racks, just for the time being. So we're going to do a bunch of Skull Crushers in here. There we go. There's quite a bit of items for people to purchase here now. I think we're almost at a point where we need like a whole nother level for crafting. It's kind of crazy. Alright, yeah, they're making the shields on these benches, so that works. An enormous amount of people to level. I'm going to do all this right now. Alright, 50 grand. 50 grand. Not bad. We're having an ore issue again. So that's not good. So to alleviate that, we're going to spend all the money we made just filling up everything. So yeah, we don't need this here or even that over there. These guys are good. So this only matters right here. And so we don't even need this. I like where it is though. I think it's positioned well, so we're just going to leave it. And let's start this day. Alright, so I filled up everything to the brim. And it does look like we need to kind of focus on our iron mine. We're not bringing in enough iron. We've kind of hit that point where there is a pretty substantial bottleneck because of that. I mean, I could get rid of this and this crane and put another sleeping thing down. It doesn't seem like we'd lose out too much, but I'm concerned about not getting the iron out fast enough. Okay, so let's look at our miners. We basically, the only thing we can really do is, there we go, this guy's great, is just get better miners. Because we have room for 3 more. So we're going to spend a lot of money and hire the best miners possible. This guy's perfect. Perfect. And another perfect. Okay. So hopefully, now that we've decked out our iron mine, we can get this going. You have to kind of wait for all of them to pick up the pieces. So at the end of the day, what I've noticed is I want to wait like 1 or 2 minutes to make sure that the miners are coming and picking up all the things they put on the ground. 20 grand for the cup. Alright, look at that. We got some big orders. That's good. Little scary. Little scary. And I think what I'm also going to do is... Alright, we got a lot of ore in here, but I like being able to buy it too. And I think it's going to become important for us to buy ore. I'm going to just... Anywhere I can see a place to stack some ore stuff, I'm going to do it. We're going to move this guy over here. We're just going to have a bunch of excess ore stored in here. That way when I come down, I can just fill them all up and go away. I think we're going to hit a point where what we're bringing in may not be enough. Because we're going pretty hard. Alright, let's go check the store out. So is the store staying stocked? It is a little difficult. Especially, the high tier items require a lot more benches. The low tier items don't. But they're not keeping stock. We're selling things so fast. We're at 115,000. Interestingly enough, I'm not exactly sure if it's possible to keep up with all this. Like, realistically, what I need to do is actually start selling carpentry items, because we can hire people to use the carpenter's benches. And the carpenter bench, I think I see why people were telling me to do carpentry now. It's a very small footprint. That's an incredibly small footprint. Yeah, these tables, though, are also much better items. Alright, so where's this guy going? Oh, he's going to go get another medium ingot. So he needs a medium ingot. He's going to heat it. So they put the blade down, then they go back, and they get another medium ingot. They're not very smart, though. There were plenty of open places he could have done that. 64,000 in item sales. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Instead of when the day ends, you kind of have to go to the mine. So if I go to the mine, look how much they left on the ground. It's insane. There's a little bit of inefficiencies in this game. I'm not sure there's too much I can do about that, to be honest. I tried increasing their walk speed so that they would pick things up and drop them off faster. We got a lot of ore coming in, though, so I'm just going to let it go. Alright, let's see if we can get these shelves full. Third kitchen. I think I am actually going to do wooden scoops here. I have 2 tables that I can do things with. Not bad, right? So not available are all these dual crafting. Yeah, we're going to max out the scoop. We'll make a bunch of scoops. Get the skull crusher up. 438. Doomblade will now be worth 771 once I get enough points. Alright, what else do we want? More cups. More butcher knives. There we go. Nice. 14 grand there. Alright, and then we need wheels of pain. I think the rest of this is just going to be swords. I think common swords, just a ton of common swords make sense to me. They're really easy to produce. They don't need the table. They can just maybe hit straight on the anvil, I think. Or they might actually need the table, but they should be quick. And then doom blades, more katanas, a couple more soul blades. I feel like we can't even keep up with everything. More commons, and more doom blades. Whole line of skull crushers, doom blades, soul blades, more katanas, and then a line of more common swords. Perfect. There we go. We did it. We're gonna spice this place up a bit, make it look actually like a fancy store. Alright, there we go. Now we've spiced it up a bit. But yeah, the money that this place is bringing in is pretty absurd. And let's see. Perfect. I don't even know if I have enough tables for everybody. That's the thing. We have quite a bit of money. Alright, we're going to hire anyone with really high blacksmithing at this point. I don't really care what their stats are as long as they're blue. Perfect. And I'm throwing more people to the racks. A lot more people. Well, maybe everybody, to be honest. We're not going to craft too much for anything else. Okay, so I just threw like 12 people in. And let's sort by level. Make it easier for us. Know who we need to increase. There we go. Get these guys going. Yeah, anyone who max levels out is going to go into carpentry now. I think I might actually go down the carpentry line. There's some good stuff that we can make. Honestly, I think at this point, since we have all that raw ore that's just like thrown on the ground, I think walk speed's probably going to be the big thing for us. You can see we're already out of iron ore. So let's fill these things up to the brim. And let's fill all this up to the brim. Alright, let's start that day. So we just hired a ton more people to craft items for the store upstairs. I want to see how much money we can make now. Oh no. They're all trying to do carpentry. It's the way they prioritize certain tasks. Okay. This is going to be a problem. This is gonna be a big problem. We're gonna make a whole carpentry area now. There we go. That's a lot of carpentry benches. Now they can all get to work. They're trying to fill the rack upstairs, so... There we go. That should suffice. And then, you know, once we get this thing full of spoons, then they won't be doing that anymore. This is pretty insane how much we were able to cram in here. Look at that, I think oh, those are soul blades, oh wow. That's a fortune's worth. Oh, there we go, we got the ore coming back in now. That's a lot. I'm almost at a point where I may just completely stop doing any of the items here. We're having to craft a lot for very little money. Let's do it. Let's go crazy, right? We're not crafting for merchants anymore. We're only crafting for the racks. It's complete insanity, but it's gonna work. I think we're gonna hire a few more people to move goods. Grace looks good to me. And Octavia looks good. We're gonna keep her and keep all these people moving items upstairs. They're gonna bring the weapons upstairs, so we need a lot of them. Perfect. Okay, now everyone you see down here is literally crafting for the store, and we're bringing in over 500 people. We have a little bit of a line, so we do need more of everything. Okay. I don't see... One thing I'm noticing is I don't see all of the furnaces being used, so... Like, that's where I'm kind of like, I think we need to get more workbenches instead. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. There we go. Get them workbenches going. We had too many people waiting. I like the evolution of builds is pretty cool. I think we're going to do the same thing over here. Get rid of these. I feel like this is more than enough. It doesn't seem like they're having to heat things for too long. Perfect. Okay, and I think we can get more benches. Okay. Get a little bit of pathing going on here. Good enough for me. More benches. There we go. That's looking sleek. Okay. Now we just need to mine the forges here. It looks like there's plenty. I don't see lines or anything, so I think we're in good shape. I'm going to get rid of this gent here. And we're going to get a wheel up in its place. I want to make sure that they have access to a wheel. Some of this stuff requires sharpening. 73,000 in item sales. Perfect. Alright, so we're completely fulfilling everything and all of our needs just from selling items in the store now. Perfect. Oh man, this is beautiful. We got a full-on workshop now. I may not actually need as many spinny wheels as I have. But we'll see. Alright. Yeah, this is kind of a bad placement for the spinny wheel. I'm gonna put, oh, I can't. There we go. Oh, I can't. Alright, yeah, we're gonna put a table back there. Need as many benches as possible. You can see how many swords we're making and shields. Alright, we're over 100 grand. It's gonna take us a billion years to fulfill all these orders. It's actually almost impossible. You can get away with quite a small store. Realistically, just bringing in more customers is what matters, in my opinion. Alright, we got some cashier levels. Let's bring in more customers. I guess we don't need more customers if we still have items. We have barely any items, I should say. 18 per day. Honestly, I'm just trying to push the limits. Beautiful. I'm curious to see how much money we're going to make today. Let's make sure we upgrade this Doom Blade. 771. Did I see that we did not have any heavies? Oh. Oh yeah, we're running out. We're going through these things quick. Alright, so we need more people making heavy. Okay, we don't care. We have enough for 138 more people. There you go. Go. We're only going to hire the best, not because we need to, but because we can. And you gents are now crafting large steel ingots. I'm going to put 4 people crafting large steel ingots. And 1 more person crafting normal steel ingots. Perfect. 80 grand. Not bad. Let's do this. I want to hit 100. I want to hit 100. And I think we can do it. Yeah, we have a lot more people smelting now. Seems like the miners are finally getting their act together. We have enough ore coming in. And I'm okay with a little bit of a line on these big guys, because that means that they're constantly running 24/7. Well, actually, I guess they have to sleep, so not entirely 24/7. We got a lot of mediums. All right, let's fill this up manually so that they don't have to walk too far to get stuff. Oh yeah, this is looking good now. There we go. Okay, we got the larges back in business again. We just got to keep these items going. Yeah, this section of the store is doing really hot now. Pretty cool. I don't think we need all these carpentry tables anymore. We just needed it for that first kind of wave of shovels that we're making. But people will start making them kind of on their own now. So let's get two more little tables up. I think we're filling up pretty quick. There we go. Yeah, they're already done. Okay. I want to see empty tables. Honestly, I want to see a lot of empty tables. So let's just get this all back in order now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put tables. There's just that one little rush for the carpentries when I put the spoons down, so I don't think it'll be too crazy anymore. Unless someone comes and tries to buy all my spoons. The big thing right now is keeping up with heavy production. Let's see what's going on downstairs. Yeah, they're not keeping up with it too well. I'm gonna get rid of these, and we're gonna get another heavy. Get another heavy producing. We're producing enough mediums, in my opinion. I'm gonna get rid of one of the mediums and get one more heavy. We just need to keep the heavies coming. Let's pump these guys over just a tad, and one more heavy. Go. Didn't realize I could bump all these back one. It's actually kind of a big deal, because I might be able to fit some stuff in here differently. Yeah, like these guys can go here. Oh yeah, another heavy. Beautiful. Okay, we just really increased our heavy production. It's a little off kilter, but whatever. I hear you, voice inside my head. We need to get more people crafting heavy ingots. I totally agree with you. Alright, Mabel, you're hired. You're hired. You're hired. And all three of these new gents are going to be crafting large steel ingots. There we go. Okay, we got a serious enterprise going on now. Keep that full. Go up top. Looks like we're doing a good job of keeping the mediums, but yeah, the larges, not so much. 84,000. We're getting close. We're getting close. We just need a few more things to get dialed in. I want to hit 100. I want to hit 100. Some of the ways that we can hit 100 are by increasing how much percentage gain they get on items sold. When you're selling $1,000 items, these things do add up. Increase their crafting speed. Yeah, a lot of these gents just need a little bit higher skill. There we go. The mines are doing good. I think we're at a good equilibrium there. And almost all these tables are going to be full in a second. Crap. It went down. Oh, man. Alright, let's get back to it. There we go. My hungry little hippos are at it again. Ooh. Yeah, we're burning through stuff pretty quick. We need more people crafting mediums as well. Stock that up. Let's get some medium crafters in here. Alright. Let's get 3 more people crafting steel ingots. Alright, yeah, we're having issues keeping up with mediums. This is a problem. Good news is we're keeping up with a lot of other things. See who's in the basement. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, let's go down. Let's check it out. I mean, we got a lot of good things going on here. Mostly it's the small fries. And we're barely keeping up with mediums. Large, we're keeping up with pretty darn well. If we can cap this at 60, we might actually start decreasing. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 99,871? I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright, we almost hit 100,000 next day. Yeah, start the next day. I know what needs to be done. We need to take it to the next level. We're gonna hire 2 more people to do mediums. Or I should just say steel ingots. There we go. I'm gonna level up the percentage that we gain on items sell, I think, on all my cashiers. We got a lot of money, so we're just gonna keep hiring assistants. We're gonna overstaff everything down here. Steel ingots. Steel ingots. I think I'm gonna put this person to doing basic ingots though. We don't want too many crazies. Yeah, there's a little bit of a line, and that's good. We have an overabundance down here, so get the mediums going. Go up top. Yeah, we're keeping up with production good. All right, cool. They are stacking the larges up here. We are keeping production going. And it looks like we have a good handle on the benches now. That's awesome. I like to see just a few empty and a few moving. I think we have just the right amount of benches. And if we come up to the store, we can see that there are plenty of items. Never going to be full. It's almost impossible. I'm going to have to like 3 layers of people making stuff. Crazy is we could get this to the point where it was making like probably $250,000 a day if I were to get the floors 3 and 4 up. But we would need another round of people doing stuff down there. And I think eventually we will hit a bottleneck. Okay. We're going to have to get rid of this. We need far more mediums than what we have. So we're going to get a medium up in its place. Go. Let's get that medium going. Beautiful. Yeah, they're not even using all the larges right now. We do have a good handful of people just kind of sitting on the bench. All right, there we go. We got it popping now. And look out. Yeah, this is actually pretty beautiful. We have a really good thing going here. And they're all waiting in line for the large. That kind of sucks. That is kind of eating into our time, but I guess it's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. They take a long time to build these things out. 74,000. Okay. Another day, another dollar. I'm going to let them keep working to get caught up so we have a big influx of things. Actually, it looks like we're running out of tables. We've got like 5 or 6 people sitting around. They're all working overtime right now. That's kind of cool, though, that the day has ended, but because they're still mid-process, they'll continue to do the whole dang thing. You can see how long it takes. They have to craft the blade, then they have to craft the handle, then they have to put it together, then they have to cool it again. It's just, it takes a bit. And they have to sharpen it. And to craft the handle. Yeah, so they're crafting the handle, cooling it, then bringing that over to the blade. That's why it takes 3 parts. Yeah, and then they have to grind it out. That's a very expensive item right there. I think, though, if we let them finish doing all of this, we might have our 100,000 tomorrow. And we're just going to preemptively fill up everything. Make it a little bit easier on everybody tomorrow. Look at that. The mediums are full up top. The larges aren't. Perfect. We're ready for the next day now. Okay. So we have like 12 swords. We have a ton of swords to be brought upstairs. Perfect. Oh, yeah. I think we're going to make some serious cash now. Look how many freaking awesome swords we have. They're doing a great job. Alright, so we just need to make sure everybody's doing their job down here. Looks like we're keeping up with large demand, but it's kind of diminished. I feel like one of the big mistakes I made, honestly, were these stupid wooden scoops. We're going to do wide pans because these pans sell for a lot and they're really easy to make. I'm starting to actually see the benefit of some of these, the medium, just the regular steel ingots. They sell for so much. Oh shoot, we cut down the whole forest. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, so like cooking trays, these take larges, but cooking pan takes a medium. Small pot. Yeah, let's think about this. I'm gonna unlock the cooking pan. 184, that's not bad. Yeah, we're gonna replace these butcher knives over here with the wide cooking pan and the normal cooking pan. More cooking pans, I think, are the future. Prosperity here, because you don't have to sit there and craft them forever. And we're getting a lot of customers in here, and everything starts adding up. A lot of the swords that we just put up here, pretty much almost every single one of them got sold. That's crazy. Yeah, those things are selling like hotcakes. There we go. See how many pans we can get up here real quick? That's amazing. They're just busting them out. And we still got a lot of people waiting around. There, we did it. 119,000. We did it. We are rich. All right, so we have 205,000. Well, okay. That was what I wanted to do. I just wanted to see how far I could push this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to all of my members and patrons. Everybody have a great, wonderful week and a glorious whatever celebration. I don't know. Have a good one.